kẹwàá jókòó pẹ̀lú àwọn family yín. So the rules is coming up and it's going to start affecting not just Nigerians, it's going to affect many people around the world. So kò ń ṣe òfin pé ó ṣe fún Nigerians nìkan, so don't probably take it personal. So, but it is what it is. The rules are going to change. UK is going to stop many of you that wants to bring your family. Don't make it too loud, okay? So gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ kó family yín wá, tẹ́ máa náà fẹ́ wá ṣe PhD, ẹ fẹ́ wá ṣe masters, irọ́ náà ni gbogbo ẹ̀, olúkálùkù kò fẹ́ jápa ni. So UK náà ti gbọ́n nísìn, wọn náà wọn lè afford kí gbogbo yín máa bọ̀ pẹ̀lú family yín. Ìwọ nìkan ni kó wá kàwé, tó bá dé kàwé tán kó padà sí Nàìjíríà, kó padà sí Africa, kó padà sí Europe, ibikíbi tó bá ti wá, máa wá tẹ́pa sí bíbáyìí. So that is the new rules. I've just picked that up this morning. So I thought, while ti bá ń ṣe on my video editing, I should share that with you. And tó bá wù kó gbọ́, and tó bá wù kó má gbọ́, kò ṣe problem tèmi. So àwa tá ti wà nulẹ̀, àwa ti borí, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe fẹ́ wọlé, ẹ̀yin ló fẹ́ deal pẹ̀lú. UK ò lè deal pẹ̀lú àwa tá wà nulẹ̀. So the worst case scenario is that àwa tá wà nulẹ̀, inflation gbogbo ẹ̀, a ní lè send owó sí Nàìjíríà tó bá dé stage kan, àti send owó ó ti sú wa. Mo ti gbọ́ speech Tinubu, but I'll see what I can pick from there later. So àwọn iṣẹ́ tí ń bá àwọn báṣẹ́ lọ ni o, àwọn dúró ọ̀rọ̀ Happy New Year. Happy New Year dá máa béèrè fẹ́tọ̀ ẹ̀. So ọ̀rọ̀ pé Happy New Year kí ló ṣe gbà tó New Year ìyà ń jáwọn èèyàn nílé. So bó ṣe jẹ́ ká sì máa ra máa bá ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation tiwa lọ bá ṣe ń sọ fún gbogbo èèyàn. So tó bá ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ mi pé don't come this side, I'm just coming now. So tó bá ṣe ń rò pé èèyàn kan bọ̀ wá sọ́ọ̀tì ilé ayé out ní Nàìjíríà, you must be wasting your time. So ẹ ká gbọ́ Uncle Bola Ige. Uncle Bola Ige was killed, some years back. Nígbà tí Ọbásanjọ́ wà lórí oyè ni wọ́n pa bàbá yẹn. Títí dọ̀la àìtí mẹ́ni tó pa, wọ́n pa té, and that is Nigeria for us, a country that kills, good people. Ṣé máa gbádùn Uncle Bola Ige while I come back on my seat later.
Àwọn jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọ́n ní iṣẹ́ dáadáa lọ́wọ́ tó jẹ́ pé inú wa sì dùn wípé Ọlọ́run bùkún. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ti bá ọkàn wọn dá májẹ̀mú wípé ní agbára Ọlọ́run by 2000 AD òmìnira máa dé fúnlẹ̀ káàrọ̀ òmìnira. Èmi sì mọ̀ dájú wípé Ọlọ́run Oòduà, Ọlọ́run Ọ̀rànmíyàn, Ọlọ́run Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀, Ọlọ́run Adékúnlé Ajáṣin, amúwadé ilẹ̀ tuntun náà níbi tí ẹ̀gbin, ìyà àti ìrẹ́jẹ kò ní sí fún ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire mọ́. Tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ilẹ̀ ìlérí tí a fẹ́ lọ yìí, àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ òye wọ́n máa kù bí egbére. Lójú àwọn egbére tí mò ń wí, ó dàbí ẹni pé ohun ẹ̀yẹ ni kí ènìyàn máa wà nú ẹ̀gbin, nú ìyà, nú ìrẹ́jẹ. A bá sì fojú wo, kì í ṣe àwọn Yorùbá nìkan ni ìyà ń jẹ ní Nàìjíríà. Bí Yorùbá ti bọ̀ wọ́n ní àrùn tó ń ṣe ogójì náà ló ń ṣọ̀ọ́dún. Ohun tó ń ṣe Abọ́yadé kọ́ o. Ìyà tó ń jẹ sógbẹ̀yìn l'Abẹ́òkúta ń kọ́. Òun náà ló ń jẹ sílẹ̀ ní Kòńtàgò. ebi tó bá pa bàbá náà ní adé èkìtì kọ́ tí ó yàtọ̀ sí èyí tó pa ìkejìkù ní Abakaliki nígbà tí mo sọ ìkejìkù ní ìsìn wá rántí tí wọ́n láyé ni ó jẹ́ kí rántí o nígbà tí a wà ní Obuga ẹ̀yin náà àti gbọ́ olóyè Akíntọ́lá ló pe Ọ̀gá ní Obuga ó wá polongo ẹgbẹ́ NNDP lẹ́sà òkè ló ń bí ọjà wa ẹ̀kẹ́ tó bá ti kọjá ẹ̀sà wípé ẹ̀ lọ sókè lẹ́sìn. Ilé àwọn ìgbẹ́jú kúlú. Ìjẹ́bọ̀ àwọn aláìṣẹ́ àjọ group àti NCNC àwọn adé ọgbà àgbà yẹn ló bá kúkú mú ìdí àti túbú ló bá pa á pọ̀. Mi mọ̀ pé Bọ́lájí wà ní tí Bọ́lájí bá wà ní gbogbo ilé yìí torí tó bá di ọ̀rẹ́ mi á sọ fún ẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n Akíntọ́lá ó lọ sí òde. Ló wá ní wọ́n máa sọ men of integrity bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn kan wà ní tí wọ́n integrity o. Bọ́lájí sọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n yẹn Àkúrẹ́ ìlú àwọn ojú àti fásọ̀rọ̀ ti lélẹ̀ ìṣiṣẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n Akíntọ́lá ló ṣe kàńpé. Gbogbo ẹni àwọn sì kó lọ́wọ́ sókè mọ́. Gbogbo wọn lọ́wọ́ sókè. Gbogbo ẹni àwọn sì kó lọ́wọ́ sókè. Gbogbo wọn ọwọ́ ni mo ti ń bọ̀ ní mo lè ní ajá sí. Àwọn kan jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọ́n ní.
Èmi mò ń ṣe gbogbo fídíò editing mi gbogbo fídíò tá a ṣe lánàá àwa edit ẹ̀ jáde so that ká lè tọ́jú ẹ̀ sínú archive wa. So we're not running any full program, so I'm just doing anything that I can keep you alive. Ẹ ti gbọ́ 2024 2024 olúkálùkù a máa mú oríṣiríṣi prọfẹ́sì oríṣiríṣi wá bá yá gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà àtọmọ Yorùbá ẹ̀mọ tó ń ṣe yín. Ìkókó inú program tààrọ̀ ni pé tó bá ń fi wá sí UK tó fẹ́ kó family ẹ̀ wá kò ní ṣeé ṣe mọ́ tó bá lọ ṣàdúrà títí as a student wọ́n ti block ọ̀nà yẹn. So that is just to give some of you tí ẹ̀ ń plan pé fẹ́ wá ṣe student ní next ní year rather. So that rules has been changed. So Home Office wa ti change the rules yẹn fún ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ wá kàwé tẹ́ fẹ́ jápa ìwọ nìkan. Can you slow it a little bit please? It's too loud. Thank you. Thank you. So ìdí tá a ṣe ń sọ fún wa pé ẹ fẹ́ jápa. Wọ́n mọ̀ tí wọ́n mọ̀ pé òtítọ́ ni bàbá yẹn sọ yẹn náà lọ ṣe pa bàbá yẹn dànù ọkọ̀ pa Uncle Bọ́lá Ìgè dànù ni wọ́n mọ̀ pé òtítọ́ ló ń sọ náà. They knew he was saying the truth, but Nigerians don't like òtítọ́ náà. Ìtawà náà ń sọ ṣé wọ́n like ni wọ́n like náà wọ́n ti fi rọ́bà yé Nàìjíríà jẹ. Olúkálùkù kọ̀ máa jẹ tí ó máa kúrò ni. So olúkálùkù kọ̀ máa jẹ tiẹ̀ chop and chop government lọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà. Ìwádìí àti lè jẹ tiẹ̀ ìwọ náà jẹ tiẹ̀ kó olúkálùkù jẹ tiẹ̀. So wọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ṣe rí ní ẹ̀jà rẹ̀. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ wá ń lè sọ pé ká fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ kó máa rape yẹn kó máa fi àjẹ. So in case tó bá plan tó fi wá kàwé ní UK máa yẹ kí ọ̀kan tó sọ fún ẹ pé o máa kó dependant kankan wá o. Rules yẹn ti stop nísìnyí. They've stopped the rules. Immigration won't tighten any. So immigration will continue to be tightened. sọ̀rọ̀ pé kíní kankan bẹ̀. Aláwọ̀ fẹ́ràn púpọ̀ wọ́n ní UK wọn àti pọ̀ jù. Changes to the student dependent rules now in force. Home Office, January 1st nìyẹn. That's the new rules. We are fully committed to seeing a decisive cut in migration. Ẹgbọ́rọ̀ yẹn migration yẹn ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. You know, mo kí gbogbo happy new year. I'm just doing my own little thing, so I can just be speaking on different areas. Because one videos tí mo ṣe lánàá, try láti download wọn. Àpáwà níná ní bíbá. Nigeria yẹn ò níná, so tí bá ní káwọn ọmọ ẹ bá mi ṣe Nigeria, it costs a lot of arms and legs. So it costs arms and legs to do some of these videos. So reason tí mo ṣe videos and I do it on myself here, so that I can archive the work I'm doing, so that the next generation, at least bí ọkọ̀ bá jáde tó bá ní àwọn òrìṣẹ́ Koikimedia máa ní rọlẹ̀ pa. You know, we are gonna go anywhere at some point, so we just pray for long life. So in the local Kubashi, not that my Jerry anyway. Àwa yìí má kàn sí, àwa yìí má lọ kàn sí. So gbogbo social media mi dẹ̀ kọ́ mọ́ ní, so lè gbé fídíò mi wálé anytime. So that's why I do a lot of backup. I back it up quickly. So mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké. Ọlọ́run bẹ Elédùmarè ìyà tán fi ń jẹ ní Nàìjíríà. Káwọn Yorùbá tètè lajú ká lè stop it. But we have to stop it in a way that everybody will be carried along. Kò ń ṣe ìdámà ní àwa kan la máa jọ ṣe, àwa kan la ní jọ ṣe, àní báwọn kan ṣe. No, you work with everybody so that we bring it down. So to buy everybody, mala. So if you're coming to UK and you're planning, now agent kankan sọ fún ẹ pé dependent want to stop it láti 1st of January. Ó lè jẹ́ good news fún ẹ, ó lè jẹ́ bad news. I don't care. Any news tó bá jáde ní UK as far as it's immigration news. Yẹn la jẹ́ pé àwọn kan máa gbádùn ìgbà táwa dé ní 25 years ago, ó ti yàtọ̀ sí ìgbà tẹ́yìn fẹ́ dé nísìn. Àwọn tó fẹ́ dé nísìn, struggle continue ni. Òun lọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀. Struggle continue. Ẹ̀yin tó ṣe fẹ́ dé. Ṣé tó kàn mo sọ fún yín pé business center àkókò ní gbogbo university wọn. Ìdí táwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ṣe fi kàwé náà níbí wa ni pé kọ́kọ́ fi kọ́ àwọn family wọn wá kọ́ wá jókòó sí abroad, so that kọ́ lè sàkúrò Nàìjíríà. But the rules is changing now. So Home Office change the rules yẹn láàárọ̀ yìí. Bóyìnbó bá dẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn máa ṣe nǹkan kan máa ṣe ni. Kò dàbí àwọn tọ́lọ́ ti wá. So there's a new rules in place. So if you're coming and you're planning to be in UK as a student, you will not be able to bring your family. I'm sorry. I know it's not the kind of news that big, but actually reflection. Can you switch on the light for me? No, this one, Ele. I know it's not the kind of news that big, but it's a problem to me. Hello, Home Officer. Home Office has brought out a new rules. And the rule says you will not be able to bring your family to UK. Let your family stay. Moke Collins. Wọ́n ẹ jẹ́ kí family yín jókòó sí Nàìjíríà bí kíbi tẹ́ bá ti fẹ́ kó wọn wá. Don't bring your family here. Keep your family at home. That's what the new rule says. I never say anything. Sọ fún yín pé UK ò nídìí gbogbo wa. Ọkọ̀ nídìí àwọn tó jẹ́ brain láàrin wa, tó máa máa ṣiṣẹ́, tó máa máa ṣe care, tó máa máa ṣiṣẹ́ hospital, tó máa ṣe cleaning, máa ṣiṣẹ́ office, Ọlọ́run bá fún ẹ ṣe. So about everybody might wake up. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, probably people will receive sense to work on their own land. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, àṣírí jàre, pin yẹn mọ́lẹ̀. So mo fẹ́ wá kàwé ní UK. ẹ má bọ̀ wá kàwé bọ̀ má kó family ẹ̀ wá, keep your family in Nigeria. UK ìlú tó gbọ́n gbogbo yín jápa ni. Nigerian economy mo ń ṣe analysis tí Reno sọ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ nípa speech Tinubu mo kà délẹ̀. You know, ẹ má bínú torí mo edit gbogbo àwọn videos wa, so àwọn ọmọ ìyá kan máa tan tẹlifíṣàn tí wọn kò sí tó kàn wọn wọ́n ti sá lọ sókè máa fi àwọn ilé ìkẹyẹ ló ń paṣọ àwọn náà là ń paṣọ lórí social media. Ẹ lọ́wọ́ táwọn ọmọ kéékèèké tó ń ṣe lórí social media àwọn pípọ̀ yìí how many views lè lè nísìn ẹ̀mí ìtẹ̀jà rẹ̀ kí gbogbo nǹkan sọ yé máa wọnú broadcast mi tí bá lọ wọ àwọn ilé nísìn millions àwọn tó ń jẹ ó nìyẹn. Why you are not here? If you sit here then you watch. If you're not here, don't let the sound come into my broadcast, okay? You keep going upstairs. So àbọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn nísìn àwọn tó ń make owó lórí YouTube nìyẹn. Mo kí ìyá wa Khadijat ẹ káàárọ̀, mo kí gbogbo lé ìyá mi Elizabeth ẹ má bínú mo wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ni o, àwa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ padà ṣe kò sí ìjókòó kankan lọ́dọ̀ Koikimedia. So every day like I always say tí tó bá ti mú mi download gbogbo videos wa tí bá ṣe ń jí láàárọ̀ because tí Facebook bá gbé gbogbo fídíò mi lọ kí ni máa ṣe sí? Wọ́n gbé page mi kan lọ ní 2 or 3 years ago, page tá ti ṣe láti 2007 torí Yoruba Nation lọ ṣe gbé lọ gbogbo tí mo ní níbẹ̀ pátá wọ́n gbé lọ ni. So I can't take any more chances now. Èmi kọ́ mo ní platform wọn tó bá wọn ní kó fi platform wọn ṣe ọ bá reduce àwọn èèyàn tó wọ́n wò wá problem tí wọ́n nìyẹn. Tó bá yẹ everybody in Nigeria ló máa wake up, ẹ máa wake up débi pé everybody ló máa wake up. A ṣe ń ṣeré pa ni ẹ̀ ń wá ẹni tó máa wá sọ fún yín pé Nàìjíríà ò ṣiṣẹ́, ẹ̀ ń wá Tinubu tó máa sọ fún yín pé Nàìjíríà máa ṣiṣẹ́, ẹ̀ ń wá gọ́vnà yín. Mo ń gbọ́ interview tí Ṣẹ́gun pàdé mi Object TV tó ṣe pẹ̀lú special duty former Kenya Akeredolu kìnnìkan Mr. Doyin. You can see all the shenanigans, you know, that happens in all the states. Most of it politics about them. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ interview yẹn. You will cry for the political kinetana in Nigeria. Politics tí wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ nǹkan tí màá yẹn sọ. Very, very powerful. Díẹ̀ náà mo kàn ṣìgbọ́ bí i to 25 minutes. I think it's about 2 hours. You know, agbèrò make owó ní títì. Owó padà wá sí government coffer. Onígbà tóun stop gbogbo kinní yẹn òun ráwọn èèyàn lọ sẹ́wọ̀n wọn ní láìkí ròyìn bẹ́ẹ̀ náà bó ṣe máa ṣoògùn tó máa pàdánù lọ máa wá. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ interview yẹn lọ́dọ̀ Object TV. You will cry and sọ fún yín pé kò nísìn Akeredolu ti kún tiẹ̀ nísìn. The new governor might not go in the same direction pẹ̀lú Akeredolu. So man resign after the death of Akeredolu. Ẹ lọ sórí Object TV lórí YouTube ẹ type Object TV kẹ́ lọ wo Mr. Doyin kẹ́ lọ gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń sọ. You will cry. Many of you that keep saying that Nigeria is going to work. You know. Everybody just want to chop their own. Chop your own, make I chop my own. You know. Mo sọ fún yín pé transportation system, owó tó wà níbẹ̀ kò ń ṣòwò kékeré. Bàbá yẹn nígbà tóun bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí clear everything up, owó ń wọlé sínú government coffer. Nígbà tó ń dò bá make according to him, wọ́n make 100 million every month. Lórí revenue lórí àwọn ọlọ́kadà àwọn oníkẹ̀kẹ́ márúwá ẹ wá imagine èlò ní revenue tó ń wọlé sí Lagos State tó gbé fún èèyàn kan tó kú máa control ṣé bóyá jẹ́ kí government máa rán nìyẹn. Tàbádẹ́wò tán nísìn orí platform tí wà lẹ́ máa ẹ̀yin tẹ́lẹ̀ báwọn governors yìí sọ̀rọ̀ àtàwọn politicians yìí ẹ̀ máa lẹ́dẹ̀ máa lẹ́dẹ̀ mọ́ níbí báyìí. Everybody máa wake up. Tó bá yá gbogbo ọlá máa béèrè fẹ́ tọ̀ wá. Ìyà ò tí ì jẹ́ yín Nàìjíríà as far as I'm concerned. You know, ṣára àwọn tèmi tó wà ní Tàgàrà ó lánàá ṣe fàájì rẹpẹtẹ. Ẹ ṣe fàájì kólúkálukú máa jáyé. Ẹni tí ìyà bá jẹ kó lọ bá government. 2024 lẹ́yìn àwọn tó ń bá mi ṣiṣẹ́ lówó kọ̀ọ̀kan tá fẹ́ fẹ́ anybody. Ẹni tí ìyà bá ń jẹ ẹ lọ bá government yìí kó sort yín out. Lẹ́yìn àwọn staff tó ń bá mi ṣiṣẹ́ àfẹ́ntà bá rí pé yes mo lè sọ fún àwọn boys mi agbọ́dọ̀ ló platform àfi raise owó kankan for anybody. I'm sorry gan. Because diaspora cannot continue to fund it. Kò lè work, you know. Any little things, ẹ wá sórí social media, ẹ wá fún wa lówó, ẹ bá wa a sick, ó rẹwà, I need owó this, I need owó that. Èèyàn mélòó la fẹ́ ṣe gbogbo yẹn fún? We can't continue in that direction. You know, I send owó sí yín sílé títí. Every day the diaspora and send owó sílé. Bílẹ̀ bá ṣe ń mọ́ níjọ́ kan bá a máa send owó sílé ni. Nígbà tí táwọn èèyàn wa tó ti sọ wọ́n di, and they are not lazy. Many of you are not lazy. It's just that the system is not working. You know, ìmọ̀ tí wọ́n sì ń sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tá à ń bọ̀ lánàá. Ẹ mọ̀ pé mo ní mọ́tò, mo sọ fún yín pé mo ní mọ́tò, bọ̀ kò síbi tí bá lọ nílùú èyí tí mo lè délé. Time ẹ̀ nígbà tá a fẹ́ kúrò ní patí yẹn lálẹ́ àná, mo ti sọ fún wọn sí mi pé tó bá ti ń dé time by a gbọ́dọ̀ jáde nínú hall torí pé àná ẹ̀ máa busy, you know, New Year, gbogbo wàhálà tó máa wà lójú títì and all that. Mo kí bàbá mi Kúnlé Ṣítà. So we left that hall at 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. Within 2 hours, mo ti wọnú ilé mi. 11:30 ni mo wọnú ilé mi. Wallahi ta'ala ismo billahi la ilaha huwa. 11:30 ni mo wọnú ilé mi. Mo kí bàbá wa Ìdòwú Michael. Daddy mi mo Olúdáre JP ẹ káàárọ̀ sà. You know. 11:30, 9:30 on the dot ni màá ti mọ̀ sí mi. Màá show video kan tí ó record nígbà tí màá ti mọ̀ sí mi lájọ́ ń jó lánàá. 11:30 mo wo time tí mo wọnú ilé lánàá because àwa máa ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú aago ni. Aago wa very very important. Nígbà tá a fẹ́ kúrò ní bus stop, tá a fẹ́ kúrò nínú hall yẹn. You okay? Mo wo bus app lórí phone mi. Ó sọ fún mi pé bus kan máa dé bus stop yẹn ní 2 minutes. Mo sọ fún mọ̀ sí mi pé àní lè bá yẹn. Ẹ mọ̀ pé àgbàlagbà ni mo ń ṣe mi. A lè máa sáré. Tó bá jẹ́ pé mi ni, màá sáré màá bá bus yẹn. But nígbà tó bá ti jáde pẹ̀lú yẹ, kò lè bá lè wọ mọ́tò, kò lè bá lè wọ Uber. But that is the system that is working. Kò ṣe pé máa dé bus stop ní 9:30 yẹn àgbèrò kan máa sọ fún mi pé ibo ló ti ń bọ̀. You know, this system is not working. It's not the kind of system. Ẹ fẹ́ káwọn ìyá àgbàlagbà yẹn kọ́ máa jókòó sínú ràtìràtì. Ṣé gbogbo wọn ló máa lè ra mọ́tò tó máa gun mọ́tò káàkiri ní Nàìjíríà? You know, and when we are here saying things and talking, you know, some gullible people will just come on the line and put some nasty comments. You know, comments they máa ń fi síta. Lè bá àwọn politicians yìí sọ táwọn sọ. Àwa la lè sọ fún wọn. Kàkàkẹ́ máa sọ pé Mr. Koiki, ilé tẹ́ ń sọ make 9:30. Ṣé wọ́n lè kúrò ní party ní Lagos Island? Kò dẹ̀ máa padà bọ̀ ní Surulere. Kò dẹ̀ délé ẹ ní within timing. I mean, yes, torí pé ó jẹ́ bus láwọ̀. Àtẹ̀túwọ̀ train. Tábà wọ train, ó tún máa fast, but because bus yẹn gangan, ó tún is a kind of a journey of his own. Kò ṣe pé máa rùn, kò sí ọ̀kan tọ̀ sínú ẹ̀, kò sí intimidation. This is the kind of society that we want. And ẹ lọ gbọ́ interview tí máa yẹn ṣe lórí Ṣẹ́gun, ọ̀rẹ́ mi ní Ṣẹ́gun, ẹ mọ̀ pé èèyàn ti ṣòwò rẹ náà lọ́dọ̀. You know, ẹ lọ gbọ́ interview tó ṣe yẹn. Ẹ sunkún fún Ondo State, ẹ sunkún fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo kí àmì Ìyábọ̀ Àjàlá, Happy New Year. Sàáyé Balógun mo kí ẹ. You know, ẹ sunkún. Mo kí ẹ Comrade Plan B. Only let them lock us in these respective countries. UK will see pepper too when the time comes. Benny, you know, UK ti fẹ́ lock everybody nísìn. Àwọn táwa nu lé nìkan ni wọ́n lè ṣe kọ́kọ́ fún. Kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó lè ṣe fún wọn tó bá ti wọlé náà. Ó bá máa ní nítorí fi jókòó mọ́. Máa tó bá ti wà nu lé, ìwọ tó ṣe fẹ́ wọlé ni wọ́n ń try láti sọ pé àwọn ní di dependant yìí. Kí ló ń pè ní dependant? Ìyàwó ọmọ. Mo ṣe ní àwọn tó yẹ pé wọ́n dé nínú ọdún tó lọ yìí. At least family méjì tí mo lè sọ pé yes, ọkọ ìyàwó, àbúrò àtọmọ mẹ́ta, àwọn mẹ́fà ló dé lórí COS. Gbogbo yẹn nísìn wọ́n ti stop ẹ̀ nísìn. You know, ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé ẹ support kájọ gbogbo àjọ ká béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa. Ní a fẹ́ bá gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì jà, bá gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì jà, ẹ̀tọ́ wa là ń béèrè ìpanu tuntun. Bá gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì jà, a náà ń béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni. Classify wa as a terrorist. Ṣé agbébọn ni? Agbébọn náà. Ṣé mo gbé ṣe ńgbà tá ti ń ṣe Yorùbá nation? Ṣé agbébọn jáde ni? terrorist ń gbébọn jáde wọ́n pa yín wọ́n ń ṣe gbogbo tó wù wọ́n wọ́n wá ń link àwa pẹ̀lú terrorist ṣèlú nìyẹn. So tó bá yá everybody á béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀ ìyà ò tí ì jẹ wá la ṣe béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa náà because a ṣe ń rí support diaspora over $20 billion tó bá tẹ̀ ti jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ gan nísìn ni diaspora ń send wá sílé every diaspora tó wà níta kódà ẹni tó wà ní àbá ẹni tó wà ní Libya máa send owó sáwọn tó wà nílé kó máa fi tọ́jú àwọn tó wà nílé kò make sense ẹni tó wà ní Libya ńlẹ̀ńlẹ̀ bẹ́yẹn kó máa wá send owó níbo ni mo ti pàdé èèyàn kan tó ń sọ fún mi pé Mr. Koiki pé èèyàn kan nísìn hotel tó kọ́ because Libya náà ó ti ń do a very difficult bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyá mi Khadija is been peppering now ó máa ṣe pepper jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ wàláì kò ń ṣe pé ó ń wà bí àṣẹ wọ́n fi àjẹyìn but gbogbo bá ṣe ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa pé politics ò ń ṣe bí nígbà tó ń ṣe politics in the regional government kò ń ṣe politics ti sìn ó ti sọ wọ́n dolówó they become very powerful people ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ wà powerful wọ́n máa intimidate yín wọ́n máa lo ẹ lọ́wọ́ fídíò kan tó wà lórí TikTok mi ó ti wà ní 54,000 ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí gbogbo àwọn brothers wọn yẹn you can see them as my brothers ṣàníìdí àgbèrò nínú society kí la fẹ́ fà gbèrò ṣe kí la gbèrò ṣe fẹ́ máa intimidate mi mo jáde nísìn mo wá ń bọ̀ nílé ọwọ́ kọ́ àwọn àgbèrò sójú títì torí pé conservative fẹ́ wà ní power wọ́n wá ní kó máa intimidate wa we don't need those kind of society tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí we don't need it anymore kò jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ kankan tó ń pè ní àgbèrò kí ló mú ìpara àgbèrò these are people these are human beings ẹ provide iṣẹ́ fún wọn ẹ fún wọn ní opportunity ẹ má intimidate wọn gbogbo kìíní ó tó wá jẹ gbogbo àgbèrò yẹn wọ́n á fún ọ̀kan ní junction akọ́kọ̀dà 10 a máa jẹ orí wọn ní sanwó fún we can't continue with all this nonsense can't society kan nìyẹn ìyẹn ń ṣe society mọ́ ìyẹn ó ti di rábaràbá róbèrèbé a society is where you will not mom sí mi sọ fún mi ò mọ máa ná wọn ní àfà lágbàjì wọn náà wà ní London wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lament irú ayé wo ló ń ṣe fún wa ní Nàìjíríà ẹ kàn intimidate everybody no good governance nothing is working political ìmọ̀kẹ́ ìjáyà happy new year ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa so I mean that is no longer a life it is now becoming unbearable àwa táwa níta wá ń feel pain jọ ìtẹ́ wa nulẹ̀ lọ wọ́n sometimes àwọn pé Koiki kan waste time ara yín ni ẹ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ ẹ kan waste time ara yín but ṣojú wa lè gbà ojú wa lè gbà náà èmi jókòó síbi báyìí nísìn àwọn ọmọ ti jẹ breakfast èèyàn kan wà ní Nàìjíríà kódà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ Yorùbá gan ebi ń pa wọ́n kò dẹ́ ṣe pà lówó lọ́wọ́ ìlú tó ní resources tó pọ̀ vast amount of resources wọ́n mismanage olúkàlùkù kan ṣe tiẹ̀ gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì kan á dé àná òun gbìyànjú tó bá lọ tán ìmí àtún wọlé dé mo kí bàbá wa dé yẹn happy new year so we see how it goes àwa táwa lórí social media àwa la máa ṣí èmi sọ fún yín pé èmi á ṣí ọkàn yín kúrò lára Nàìjíríà ọkàn yín báyìí lójoojúmọ́ ó lè má wá yín bí mi ṣe fẹ́ pé kó fast but èmi ni máa ṣí ọkàn yín kúrò lára Nàìjíríà because number one is saying okay now èdè ní sẹ́bí bẹ̀rẹ̀ Nàìjíríà èní ni wọ́n amalgamate Nàìjíríà mo tẹ̀ rántí yẹn mọ́ nígbà táwa jẹ́ pé nǹkan mi láti gbé dání January 1st yìí ní 1914 ni wọ́n amalgamate Nàìjíríà mo kí àwa ọmọ wọn mi January 1st 1914 ni wọ́n ní òyìnbó tó wọn àti girlfriend ẹ̀ Lugard wọ́n jọ bára wọn sùn wọ́n wá jí láàárọ̀ wọ́n wá wò ta wọ́n wá wò títì wọ́n wá wúrẹ́ omi wọ́n ní ká pè wọ́n ní Niger area ká pè wọ́n ní Niger area wọ́n wá fọ́ọ̀mù wọ́n wá pè Nàìjíríà ní 1914 bíyàwó consult àwọn ọba àtẹ̀mọ́ bíyàwó consult wòlíì àmọ́ bíyàwó consult babaláwo àmọ́ bíyàwó consult àfà after 110 years àfà kan wá ń sọ fún mi pé Nàìjíríà Ọlọ́run ló create Nàìjíríà kẹrí pé orí àfà yẹn ó ti ní skoin ẹ jẹ́ sọ sáfà àfà yẹn pé Nàìjíríà ò create by Ọlọ́run kankan ànábì ò create Nàìjíríà Tony Aegis ṣe ti dé padà ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ kú tọ́jú mi ní 2023 ṣé ti rí GoFundMe mi ẹ bá ń lọ fọwọ́ sí kankan síbẹ̀ mo jẹ́rìí àtẹ̀ní láti sọ fún rẹ̀yìn in case ẹ rí máì tí mo ṣe ń sọ fún yín mo ti ṣí GoFundMe mo fẹ́ raise £50,000 kò bá jẹ́ ọdún kan la máa fi raise ẹ̀ ìgbàkigbà tó bá pé máa púlẹ̀ máa fi ṣe tí mo fẹ́ ṣe if not akọ́ra máa ṣe tàbá lè máa ṣe ni kò ní sí innovative owó ló fi ń ṣe innovative mo ń wo sister mi kan wà ní Dubai mo wá lórí status wọn ọlọ́mọ wo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn ẹ má yẹ kẹ́sìn kan lọ pa yín dànù ẹ lọ sí Dubai kẹ́ wo ayé tó ń jẹ ní Dubai 2024 in terms of crowd tó wà nínú beach yẹn àti mùsùlùmí o àti christian o àti atheist o àtẹni tó believe o Dubai ní kí wọ́n máa bọ̀ Dubai yóò ní kẹ́ wá jókòó sí ìlú àwọn kẹ́ máa gbé níbẹ̀ ó ní kẹ́ wá ṣọlidé ni àwa Nigerians la lọ ń gbé níbẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ rí ní ìwé fáwọn èèyàn mọ́ nísìn ẹ bá fi GoFundMe details wá sí gbogbo platform ẹ bá lọ jù sórí TikTok náà yá wa ẹ bá ń jù sórí gbogbo platforms èmi ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́ní ẹnu iṣẹ́ ni mo wà báyìí bó mo kọ̀wé pé tí bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ náà ká tan kámẹ́rà kẹ máa fi etí kọ̀ọ̀kan tá a bá ń sọ lọ kò ń ṣe pé ilẹ̀ wa ò ní ọ̀rá kò ń ṣe pé kò ní nǹkan tí ó lè sọ ta lè fi survive a ní nǹkan ta lè fi survive then kí ló dé tí àṣẹ ń jẹ wá àwọn kan ní bad leadership kò ní ọkàn ṣe pẹ̀lú bad leadership is a faulty amalgamation a máa ń ṣe analysis yẹn lọ ti ṣe títí grandma mi fi kú at the age of 90 something analysis yẹn náà lọ ṣe fún wọn náà fún dádì tiẹ̀ náà fún mọ́mì tiẹ̀ náà àwa ń ṣe analysis Nàìjíríà ìyẹn náà lẹ́fẹ́ kémi náà máa ṣe kíyàn kankan ẹ lọ fún wa ní $1 £1 owó yẹn á débi tó yẹ kó dé ẹ lè rí innovation if not ìtàbá lè ṣe náà láti máa bá lọ mo rí yàn comment ó ní màmá sọ pé mo block ìwèrè dànù ó ní màmá sọ pé yẹn pé Yorùbá nation now yes ẹni ẹ jagun ẹ jáde sí ojú títì ẹ bèrè ẹ̀tọ́ yín ẹ ṣe protest ẹ demand nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ so náà ni ó sì máa jẹ́ náà. Tá bá form government in exile, Baba Fattah Showme, it has to be planned. I know that many of you are looking at Biafra. Biafra has been on this journey for some time, and they have already prepared their mind. I will prepare their mind. So yes, it's a good thing that a government in exile, but into Shekoko Nbe at the government in exile, at the government in exile, we need to be able to defend the territorial ground. Ẹ wo tí Tinubu kó lọ sí Jùmọ́tà ẹ̀yin ọ̀rẹ́ wa àwọn sójà yẹn ni ẹ rí ìbọn tó wà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Abiola gan tó lówó gan ṣe tó declare nígbà kó tó di pé wọ́n lọ kidnap ẹ̀ tàbí tó mú tó fi pàdánù kọ́lọ́n foríjì gbogbo àṣìṣe kó parẹ́. Ìbá Abiola lówó MK Abiola lówó náà nígbà tó declare ní Ẹ̀pẹ́tẹ̀dó kò ṣe fi ìbọn kó fi defend ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ understand nísìn owó tó wà láwọ́ Abiola níjọ́ náà Abiola should have formed a government in exile. That's it. Ade kweruku sita train everybody. Abiola has the money. I not train everybody in the African country. Abiola could train over 300,000 Yoruba people. Ade kuma padawa. Ade defend Ade. Go now. So, Yoruba people donate to dawo go for me lashi láti over 48 hours nísìn. Kò tí pé kankan. But tó bá yẹ pé èèyàn kan kú nísìn tí mo ní ẹni tí kú o àwọn èèyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbowó sáwọ níbẹ̀ owó yẹn máa lọ sókè. Why are we like that? Why do we have to do that? Owó tá a fẹ́ fi ṣe nǹkan tó máa ṣe transfer tá a bá máa ṣe government in ẹ mọ̀ pé gbogbo offices táwọn Biafra ṣí yẹn ọ̀fẹ́ lẹ́rẹ̀ pọ́n fún wọn ni. They are paying rent. Can you slow this TV please? Hello? Can you slow it a little bit please? Thank you. Happy New Year, May is good. Yes, I want us to form a government in exile if that is going to work, but it needs a lot of planning. Form government in exile. We got to plan it, What any Yoruba that's what we always hear, Yoruba react in time soil at the government in exile, government in exile, but gbogbo ọ̀tí react together, you know, especially when the movement was infiltrated. Ìyàwó èrè yẹn òun kàn sọ tó hùn, you know. I mean, I don't know how gullible people are. Ẹni tẹ́ ẹ̀rí sójú ó wà ní darkness, òun náà máa gbéjọba délé kan dé. So tó bá gbéjà Abiola dé, ṣó máa fìbọn lọ fọ́ government house ní Ọ̀yọ́ state ni, ṣó máa fìbọn lọ fọ́ Lagos state. Ẹ̀yin ẹ̀ wọ́n tí Tinubu kó wá sí Lagos state, kíyàn kan wá sọ fún yín pé òun gbé ìjọba délé bọ̀ táwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ ní weapon, wàá pa gbogbo yín dànù, wàá pa anybody dànù tẹ́ bá lọ try ẹ̀. Tinubu ò ní sọ pé ọmọ Yorùbá ní, á fún wọn ní ọ̀dà kọ́ pa anybody dànù ni. Àfi tó bá yẹ pé Tinubu mọ̀ nípa nǹkan tí ìyá yẹn ṣe, which I doubt. Àfi tó bá yẹ pé Tinubu mọ̀ nípa nǹkan tí ìyá yẹn ṣe, which I doubt. Based on our own intelligence, Tinubu doesn't know about it. Kò ṣiṣẹ́ kankan fún Tinubu. So òun kàn ṣe tiẹ̀, ní tóun ló kàn ṣe ń tiẹ̀ ni, and that's a problem. You know. Mo kí ẹ Gani Olóyèdè. So I can understand this thing. So yeah, I mean, you know, forming a government in exile is a good initiative, is a good idea. There's nothing wrong in that. You know, how come I create, you know, our own kind of portfolio? Can't be a French, you know. But like I said, Yoruba nation no going back. any Mama Yoruba nation no going back. Benny, gonna go back. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other things that they are doing that, you know, we cannot come out and say. I think Yoruba son here now. So even if I have information of certain things, I'm not gonna say it, you know, because at the end of the day, so in Tobanica Sosita, Baba Kito de Maba sọ̀rọ̀ ní aago 5 lágbára Ọlọ́run lẹ́ni, ìyẹn ní Yoruba time. So kọ́lọ́n kó ṣọ́ wa dìgbà yẹn. Tinubu ti sọ tiẹ̀ láàárọ̀, Baba Kito máa sọ tiwọn nírọ̀lẹ́. Ìyàtọ̀ wà láàrin àwọn méjèèjì. Tinubu Yoruba country ló fẹ́, àbí Nàìjíríà lòun dì ní tiẹ̀ sí tó kàn. Ó dẹ̀ enjoy ẹ̀. Mo lè sọ pé kó enjoy ẹ̀ dáadáa. Buhari náà gbádùn ẹ̀ náà, so kílẹ̀ ń bínú fún Tinubu fún ẹ fílẹ̀ kó enjoy ẹ̀. Buhari gan tó jẹ́ Gàmbàrí Fúlàní gan, ṣé kò gbádùn gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì? Buhari ló travel jù, any small thing bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ti travel tiẹ̀ kò sí tó kàn. Buhari ó travel jù kí ló dálẹ̀ lọ sí bàbá. So ẹ jẹ́ kí Tinubu náà àtàwọn tọ́jọ́ wà níbẹ̀ kọjọ gbádùn ẹ̀. So lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Home Office lórí Twitter wọn láàárọ̀ yìí, àbí lórí X wọn, because kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ Twitter mọ́, akọ̀ṣe ń pè ní Twitter ni. We are fully committed to seeing a decisive cut in migration. Kí ló ń pè ní migration? Ta ló mọ̀ tó ń pè ní migration? Àwọn Igbo migrate wá sísàlẹ̀, àwọn Hausa migrate wá sísàlẹ̀, àwọn tó kù migrate, ní problem pẹ̀lú wọn. Mo mọ̀ pé yín kan máa ní Koikimedia ló pa, ní problem pẹ̀lú àwọn Igbo. But that is because we are in one Nigeria, okay? Èmi náà migrate wá sí ìlú ìní. So gbogbo pé alájà ràn ló bá dá Happy New Year mà. So gbogbo pé migration, Igbo, wọ́n ti kún gbogbo Èkó and that. Bá pariwo títí, that is Nigeria. Inú Nigeria ni gbogbo àjọ wà. Wọ́n ní right láti gbé ní anywhere in Nigeria. So gbogbo wọ́n ti gba ìkómọ́ yín lọ́wọ́, wọ́n ti ṣe this, and I don't want to be hearing all that nonsense in 2024. Gbogbo àwọn tó bá ń sọ nonsense yẹn, I don't even want to associate myself with them. Tí bá ti ń gbọ́ pé nínú ọdún yìí tí bá ti ń gbọ́ pé yẹn kan, I will just stick away from them. Wọn látòkèrè báyìí ni. I'm not interested, you know, in all these nonsense. Igbo fi gbalẹ̀ yín kankan. Igbo gbalẹ̀, Akérédolú wà ń bẹ̀ kó tó di pé ó kú, kò ṣe tí ẹ kó ṣe. Àwọn Ọ̀yọ́ wà ń bẹ̀, Àkẹ́tì wà ń bẹ̀, Adélékè wà ń bẹ̀, gbogbo wọn wà ń bẹ̀. Ẹ lọ sọ fún wọn pé kí ló dé táwọn Igbo ṣe ń wá sísàlẹ̀. Ẹ ti understand this thing? Sí àwọn fẹ́ lè ṣe sí. As long as we remain one Nigeria, the Igbos have the right to live in any part of Nigeria. That is what the Constitution says. Ó dà pé ẹ̀tẹ̀ mọ̀fin rárá. Even though the Constitution is a fraudulent Constitution, but that is what it is right now. Ìbí mi náà migrate wá sí ìlú yìí ni. Èmi ò ṣe jókòó sí Nàìjíríà ní 1998 mo dé ìlú yìí. Mo ṣe jókòó sínú Nàìjíríà. Why did I come here? Mo sá kúrò Nàìjíríà nítorí pé mo sì mi rí vision pé ìlú òṣì ní Nàìjíríà yẹn. Ìgbà mi àti wọn sì mi lájọ wà ní Tàlánà tájọ wọlé padà. Mo sọ fún yín pé aago 9 àbọ̀ la kúrò nínú party yẹn lánàá. I could have called an Uber but there was enough time. Me dey like me I like am our view taba jare me like a boss because you can see a lot of things, you know. And I got home just mo see me wọnú ilé. Èmi dẹ̀ wá travel padà lọ sí ilé tèmi náà. And I was in my house before midnight. Ṣèbí bíbá ni gbogbo iṣẹ́ àgbọ̀ tí mo ní Happy New Year. Right? The question now is, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ mimic, Hausa náà ní right láti gbé anywhere. Àwọn tí à ń wà concern òun ni àwọn tí wọ́n wá láti African countries tó migrate wá. Concern tí ẹ̀ ń put lórí àwọn Igbo, èmi ò fi gbọ́ gbogbo yẹn ní 2024. Anybody tó bá sọ pé Igbo ni mí kíní kan, I don't care. Gbogbo nonsense yẹn, especially àwọn mo mọ àwọn platform kan, you know, tó ń pera wọn ní conservative. Think Yoruba Force is one of them as well, you know. So kọ́ wà lókèrè kọ́ máa ṣe tó ń ṣe Yorùbá ní gbogbo wa. So Adeyinka grandson is also one of those. Òun ṣì wà ní prison kọ́lọ́n kó túlẹ̀. And there's so many of them like that in different platforms. UK no wọn fair enough migration. Ó ní ẹ ti pọ̀jù tẹ́ ń bọ̀ because in tí mo gbọ́ wọ́n fún yàn 150,000 ní visa. Ẹ wá kó 300 and something thousand dependent. Ẹ kó wọn sẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ń bọ̀. Ṣẹ́yìn mọ̀ pé ẹ máa dá wàhálà sáwà táwà nínú ilé lọ́rùn ni because ìwọ tí o kọ́ ọmọ mẹ́fà wá tó kọ́ ọmọ mẹ́ta wá mo sọ fún yín pé family mi kan ọmọ mẹ́ta ọkọ àti ìyàwó pẹ̀lú àbúrò wọn àwọn nìkan mẹ́fà ló kó wá wọ́n wá gbé àdúgbò kan. Ṣẹ́yìn ò mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn láti wọ school according to the law ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú pé wọ́n kó wọn bọ̀ láti Nàìjíríà kíní kan law pẹ̀lú wọn kó wọn bọ̀ láti Nàìjíríà. Òfin ni pé ọmọ tó bá ti wà nínú ilé ó gbọ́dọ̀ lọ sí school. Lóòótọ́ àwọn mẹ́ta ń ṣiṣẹ́ and they are gonna work very hard because wọn ò ní access sí any benefit kankan nílùú yìí. Wọn ò ní any access sí benefit because migration ni wọ́n bá dé ìlú yìí lórí pé ìlú yìí náà wọ́n need àwọn services àwọn kankan services wo ló need ó náà wọ́n need àwọn carers àwọn tó lè máa tọ́jú àgbàlagbà. Mo sọ fún yín pé tó bá dé 70 years ní Nàìjíríà máa dúpẹ́ f'Elédùmarè because according to WHO gbogbo Nigerians ní dàgbà ju 53 lọ. Èmi kọ́ mo sọ statistics ni ó bá wọn kó bínú sọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ problem ti ẹni ẹ̀ tó kàn mí. Tàbá dẹ̀ wo lọ wo bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí mú fact. Kí ni Tolúlọpẹ́ Adétire ṣe tó fi pa kò pé 30 years old ọmọ 24. Kí ni Pẹ̀lúmi ṣe tó fi pa kò pé 25 years old ó di méjì. Jùmọ̀kẹ́ Oyèlékè ó di mẹ́ta. Bámiṣẹ́ Àyànwọlá kódà wọ́n tún gé ìsàlẹ̀ abẹ́ Bámiṣẹ́ Àyànwọlá kò ń ṣe ta lè má sọ síta ni. Bámiṣẹ́ Àyànwọlá ó ní ìyá ó ní bàbá kò pé 30 years old ó di mẹ́rin. Ọmọ Yorùbá mẹ́rin mo sọ yẹn brother wa tó pa ní Ọjọ́ta ó di 5. That means pé a ti lose 5 generation kan tí ó yẹ kó dàgbà ju 50 years lọ bọ̀ wọ́n ti pa wọ́n sínú Nàìjíríà. Ìwọ́ṣẹ́ wa ń sọ fún mi pé Nàìjíríà máa gbádùn. Mo kíyà mi àwọn oníyì. So tẹ́ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ migration UK náà wọn ò nídìí púpọ̀ nù yín ó fi wá kàwé àwọn mind tó bá ti lówó tó máa fi wá kàwé but má kó burden máa bọ̀ wá bá wa ní London because burden lẹ jẹ́ fún wa kò ń ṣe Nàìjíríà nìkan ló máa affect everybody ni. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ọgbọ́n àkéréke àbí whatever Yorùbá yẹn ẹ lọ máa wá káàkiri. Wọ́n mọ̀ mo kí dáàdi wa Waris Jinadu wọ́n ní Nigeria is an artificial state. Constitution allow every non-indigenous foreign migrant on Yoruba vegetable land as no man's land. Until Yoruba accept the reality of Yoruba self-determination, the land, the liberation Yoruba land will still be seen as no man's land. Koikimedia like if àwọn ọmọ Igbo yẹn ṣe máa ń pè ní no man's land. No, tí wọ́n kí lèmi ṣe sá wá sí UK. Ṣé o mọ̀ pé no man's land ni? Èmi náà wá jayé ní bíbá ni. 25 years mo dẹ̀ tí náà níyàn pé láti kúrò ní bíbá kọ́lọ̀ fún mi lẹ́mìí gúngún àtàlàfíà. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ní gbogbo Woolwich Happy New Year. Those were those we know about. What about those that we know nothing about? Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ẹ̀ ń bínú sí Igbo. I'm not here to defend them. Mo sì rí kan tó gbé drug tó dá dúró ó wà lórí péjì Linda Ìkejì. Ó ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ lọ sí Dubai ni. Tó bá gbé drug yẹn débẹ̀ tán wá ra mọ́tò wá á di businessman. Gbogbo wọn ló ń ṣe drug. But what we are discussing is migration. Kí ló ń pè ní migration? Ẹ jẹ́ n ṣàlàyé fún yín. Má fún ẹ nẹ́dìk. Lọ sí Dubai kó lọ wo àtẹni tó wà nínú pátá nìkan àti bra. Pátá nìkan àti bra tó ń ṣe happy new year. Ìwọ fi parẹ́ torí ẹ̀sìn kan. Dubai, sister mi kan wà níbẹ̀ báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ti lọ ṣe holiday pẹ̀lú àwọn àtàwọn ọmọ. Mo ṣe wo status ẹ̀ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. You know, just reason ẹ̀gbọ́n mi wọ́n ní Lagos and London are not no man's land, my brother. Benny, won't you no man's land? But right now, people will move into Lagos because they see it as an opportunity. I can't fish up with you in it. Tabani no man's land. I'm not going no man's land. So I'm sure everybody understand. Tabani no man's land. Yes, definitely going no man's land. But what we are saying is that based on the constitution of the fraudulent country called Nigeria, everybody, Benny, what you're trying to say is Ogbon arekereke eshejare. Yoruba mi mo ti fi jẹ burger ti KFC. But we are always terming when they say it's no man's land. Àwọn náà mọ̀ pé kò ń ṣe ilẹ̀ bàbá wọn. Ṣé UK ṣé èmi mo ní UK? Ṣé mo lè claim ìlú yìí pé bàbá mi ló ní ìlú yìí? Wọ́n mọ̀ pé migrant ni mí now. As far as they're concerned, I'm a migrant in this country. Èmi ò tẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní access bíi tàwọn ti Igbo nínú Nàìjíríà. Because tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n bí mi sí ìlú yìí nísìn, ìta máa bára wa fà nílùú yìí. Ìwọ̀nba ni mo lè bá wọn fà nílùú yìí. Ó dà pẹ́ mọ̀ Nicholas happy new year. You know, ìwọ̀nba ni mo lè bá wọn fà nílùú yìí. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi gbẹ̀dú. Ìwọ̀nba ni mo lè bá wọn fà because wọ́n bí mi sí ìlú yìí. Àwọn tó bí sí ìlú yìí gan-an, ẹ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó jẹ́ àwọn English because ìlú yìí lọ bí wọn sí, so èmi ìfẹ́ lọ sí prison gan-an wọn, they don't care because wọ́n fẹ́ defend the territory. That's why tó bá máa fún ẹ ní British passport, ìwọ tó bí sí ìlú yìí, wọ́n máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ pé ṣo ready láti swear allegiance sí ìlú yìí. Kí ló rò pé ṣe ń ṣe yẹn? Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi gbẹ̀dọ̀ happy new year. Mo ń download videos mi máa kí ìyẹn gangan mo torí ẹ̀ ṣe laptop mi. Má lọ gbàgbéra. Kí lẹ rò pé wọ́n ṣe ń swear allegiance? Some Americans náà ṣe máa ń ṣe the same thing. Ṣe máa swear pé I will swear that I will protect, I will defend the territorial ground of the United States of America. Kó tó fún ẹ ní American passport, kó tó máa fi máa travel máa tẹ̀ sáwọn èèyàn lójú. So ìjọ tí Yorùbá nation náà bá gba country tiwọn, that is what people will have to do. Ká tó fún wọn ní indefinite stay, kó tó gba passport, kó tó gba this, wọ́n máa go through a lot of immigration. Láàárọ̀ yìí, immigration ti ní kí n ṣàlàyé fún gbogbo yín pátápátá pé àwọn ò need any dependent kankan mọ́ yàtọ̀ sí pé òbófó wa ṣe postgraduate research or government funded scholarship student will be exempted. Láàárọ̀ yìí ni mo ń sọ, that is the new rules coming from the Home Office. Tó bá wọn ẹ̀kọ́ gbọ́, kó máa wọn ẹ̀kọ́ máa bọ̀, problem ṣe nìyẹn. Ó ní kó anybody wọlé mọ́, tó bá ní fẹ́ wá kàwé, ìwà àtìyàwó ẹlẹ́jọ́ ń bọ̀, wá nírọ́ ni. Kíyàwó ẹ̀ dúró sí Nàìjíríà kó máa bẹ́ẹ̀ tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ. Gbogbo àwọn tó wọlé ní last year kú oríire. Crown Cups, thank you so much. A kàn sọ̀rọ̀ ní ẹ fún wa lówó náà. Àti ní GoFundMe, ẹ máa fún wa ní £1 lójoojúmọ́ síbẹ̀. A máa grow. A fún ní a lot of into máa share mi kúrò lára Nàìjíríà lè máa sọ. Ẹ ń dúró kí CNN máa sọ tí mò ń sọ. Kí ni kan CNN? Adenuga nísìn, òun ló ń sanwó fún CNN pẹ̀lú advert. Ẹ imagine, ṣé Glo wà l'Amẹ́ríkà? Ẹ ṣe ẹ̀gbọ́n mi gbẹ̀dú. Ṣé Glo wà l'Amẹ́ríkà? Ìbí Nàìjíríà ni Glo wà. Adenuga wá ń ṣe advert Glo lọ sórí CNN. Ìyẹn kan ní what about skilled workers? No, it has stopped. I think with the COS as well, it's going to be up that you will not be able to bring your dependent. You will not be able to. Mr. Angel, I don't know whether it's a male or female, but I'm focusing on the one. Platform Tiwa is an authentic platform. In Timbamo Moniso, but as at right now, as I'm speaking to everybody around the world, the Home Office in UK, 1st of January, says, and I quote, right on their Twitter space, we are fully committed to seeing a decisive cut in migration. How do we cut migration in Nigeria? Thank you so much, Mr. Taye Thomas. Oh, Miss Angel, thank you so much, Miss Angel. I think with the COS, they are already saying the same thing, but I have to see if I can bring any information out to confirm that you will not be able to bring your dependent. But I know that the government says so. So COS UK dependent. Let me see if anything is coming up on that. Skilled worker. Okay. I'm looking at the UK government website now, and don't quote me that I say so. It is the UK government website. So I'm just opening that because of Miss Angel apps. Skilled worker visa. Your partner and children. Your partner and children can also apply to join you or stay in the UK as your dependent if they are eligible. They will need to complete a separate application. If your partner or child application is successful, their visa will usually end on the same date as yours. If a child parent have a visa with a different expiry date, the child visa will end on the earlier date. A dependent partner or child is any of the following: your husband, wife, civil partner, unmarried partner, your child under 18. If your child is over 18, I'm sorry, I don't know what is going to happen. If your child is over 18, they are currently in the UK as your dependent. If your child is under 18, no, not yet. Can you close it? Close that freezer, maba freezer, J. And move that, yeah. Put it inside. That's it. See freezer, maba freezer, J. Yeah, later, yes. When I feel okay, yes. Your child, if he's under 18 and they were born in the UK during your stay, so Tobashi Jigi, Toba Bimola Anigba. Then citizenship is a contract that is acquired and can be revoked. Then, Koiki, can I bring my family with COS in this month? I don't want to answer that. I'm still reading something from the I'm not an immigration officer. Yoruba Nation, but because of Intimofe Solaro and Emotion Lord through this route, I don't do visa. So, whatever you want to lay up with me, never any problem. I'll give you a very step to where you can go, and then you can start your life, so that at least oníṣẹ́ ṣègbè. Well, jókòó pẹ̀lú àwọn tó yẹ pé ìlú ìdẹ wà very very, you gotta know what you're doing. Mo sọ fún pé brother wa kan dé ètò bá dé ó náà wọn lọ́mọ, no problem. Tẹ́ bá ti ní ẹ lọ́mọ ẹ lọ ṣe bye. I can't say that on the social media. You will need to provide evidence of your relationship with your dependent when you apply. If you are the first person in your family to apply, you can get a family link code to connect your application together. Your family members can enter the same code when they apply. Your partner, you must be able to prove that either you are in a civil partnership or marriage that is recognized in UK. You have been living together in a relationship for the last 2 years. In terms of partner, nílùú àwọn èèyàn kì í marry. Nigeria le máa ní ẹ fẹ́ sáré ṣe ìyàwó ẹ fẹ́ ṣe kíní, nílùú ní abroad àwọn èèyàn máa ń partner ni ẹjọ́ máa gbé. For 2 years, you are classified as a partner. That is what the UK law says. For 2 years. Many people don't get married in this country. They are partners. So that is what is called partners, in case you don't know. Mr. Bayo King, thank you so much for the road. I appreciate it. Then your child, they must live with you unless they are living away from the home in the full-time education, for example, at the boarding school or university. They are not married. Can you slow it, please, my boy? I'm not any writing. You will need to provide evidence of the address, such as a bank statement, credit card, driver license, NHS registration document, official letter from the university, money they need to support themselves. Your partner and your children must have a certain amount of money available to support themselves. Well, this is where they're concerned. Many people are now getting to UK and it's becoming very difficult. Happy New Year, sir, Mr. Bayo King. You will need about £285 for your partner, $315 for the first child, and £200 for every additional child. Example. The reason that you might need a studio because we can't. Anyway, it's accept with family in the Google, so I'm sure you will not mind with this. Sherry video in this over 1 million people 10,000 like July last year. What time boys they make no social media? I'm sure all right. So I don't know, but again, please, whatever you're doing, consult, an immigration lawyer. When they apply from inside the UK, extend or switch their visa, blah, blah, blah. But you can go on the UK government website, and this is applying to a skilled worker. So now let's focus on the one that I was talking about earlier, which is the dependent student. Student if you're a student and you're planning to be in UK, I don't know whether if you have applied before 1st of January, it might not apply to you. Moki Okoya Folanyo, thank you so much. I don't know, but from 1st, Lenny, the rules have changed. Muloba babalawo ko ba mi difale iyan ti late. Mo lọ sọ́dọ̀ pastor ko ba mi tọ́jú passport mi síbẹ̀ ko ṣàdúrà lé lórí irọ́ ló ń pa. The rules is rules, but there is also exempt to postgraduate. And tó bá jẹ́ pé postgraduate research lẹ fi wá ṣe ní UK, o lè kó family ẹ máa bọ̀. Wọ́n wà okay pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ pé government funded scholarship. Àrí kan táwọn bàbá wo lọ́wọ́ ṣe nígbà yẹn, ẹ rántí a lot of you're not watching this. Are you watching it? But slow it just a little bit more. Thank you. I love you. Tó bá jẹ́ pé government, don't mute it, just reduce a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. No. 19 is too much. Yes, okay. Tó bá jẹ́ pé òfin wa ṣe mo kí àwa mo folúwa kẹ́ ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Yeah, my Joko Tatarata machine download our videos. Okay. No, not yet. You can say I'm busy right now. Okay? So I don't know how you want to play outside when I'm here. And your mom says no. Nnamdi Kanu is battling internal bleeding caused by DSS torture and he needs medical attention. Am I Nnamdi Kanu Kusawani Tinubu? All right. Ẹ sọ fún bàbá Tinubu kó jẹ́ kí Nnamdi Kanu kó lọ gbàtọ́jú, ó need the treatment. Fúlàní ti ṣèkà fún Tinubu fún Nnamdi Kanu gan nígbà tó kidnap yẹn. Ó ti damage gan. I'm sure pé wá ti poison ẹ̀ gan dẹ̀ kọ́lọ́n kó wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Mo ń bọ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀n kí mo ní mò ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ni so but mo kàn tán fídíò mi ni. Nítorí ẹ̀dẹ̀ mo ṣe jókòó síbẹ̀ kí mo wá lọ gbàgbé tí mo torí ẹ̀ wá ṣe lórí social media láàárọ̀ rẹ̀. Because sometimes I could get carried away which I don't want to. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Happy New Year lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí aṣọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn media ọ̀zọ̀ tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ back to back. Mo rí Alájà Àrà lánàá níbi tá lọ ní ọ̀dọ̀ Alájà Adéyẹyẹ aṣọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún. Ìyá tá lọ bá ṣe birthday yẹn mo ní 2021 wọ́n ra ticket. Tinubu is playing with fire regarding Nnamdi Kanu. Èmi ò máa ń pa ẹ̀wọ́ tí ní ká fi ọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu sílẹ̀. Mighty 82 mo kí ẹ ṣe gan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹni taraye Tinubu is playing with fire regarding Nnamdi Kanu. Kó ṣá má jẹ́ kí Nnamdi Kanu kú síbẹ̀. Ṣé mo ti massacre orúkọ yẹn lẹ ṣe fi mí rẹ́rìn àbí? Ó yẹ kẹ́ máa mọ̀ pé mo ti pẹ́ ní UK now. Yorùbá yẹn ò dá. Ráwọn sister wa kan tó lè sọ Yorùbá lánàá ní party yẹn. At least Yorùbá tèmi tẹ̀ ṣe dá díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ẹlòmíì ò gbọ́ Yorùbá mọ́. Gbogbo wa ṣì máa lọ sí class tá máa lọ kọ́ Yorùbá. Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè. Ṣé mo pronounce dáadáa? Ẹni taraye fẹ́. Okay. Oh yeah. Nnamdi Kanu kọ́lọ́mà ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mọ́gbọ́ láwọn ọba. Ṣé ti rí líǹkì GoFundMe mi? Àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan máa pè yín. Because mo tí ò rí kẹ́ gbọ́nwọ́ sáwo. Mo mọ̀ pé gbogbo àṣẹwò Happy New Year ni. Kẹ́tọ́ máa send owó sí Nàìjíríà, ẹ send owó sínú GoFundMe tèmi náà, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ọmọgbọ́ láwọn. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí bá ti ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, mo fẹ́ máa make sure pé mo ti rí ọwọ́ yín. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ṣì tó ọmọ wù mí. Ẹni tó bá ní the link GoFundMe yẹn, ó wà lórí social media. Mo tètè rí F yẹn níbẹ̀. Ẹni táráyé fẹ́ òun lẹ̀ ń jẹ́. Bàbá mi Michael Idomokin, Happy New Year, prosperous New Year. Wọ́n ní chairman. Ṣé chairman náà àwọn agbèrò? Àwọn chairman agbèrò, àwọn náà ń gbádùn Nàìjíríà. This boy is not here and he keeps louding this TV. Ó dẹ̀ ti sá lọ sókè ní tẹ̀. Ẹni táráyé fẹ́ ayé màmá nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín ni. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ń tẹ̀ ẹ fi orúkọ yín síbẹ̀ náà user 226 ẹ má bẹ̀rù DSS ò lè lé anybody mú lórí social media wọ́n ní capacity yẹn ọlọ́run DSS tó mọ̀ bí tí Boko Haram wà. Kanu didn't die in the hands of Hausa Fulani. It is the government causing Kanu bleeding. Ẹ ṣáà sọ fún Tinubu pé kó má yẹ kí kankan má ṣe Kanu síbẹ̀ yẹn. Already there's tension in the southeast. Tension wà ní southeast, so I need the more tension. No. A lè má agree pẹ̀lú Tinubu, but a fẹ́ kó jẹ́ pé nígbà tí Tinubu wà níbẹ̀ nìkan kan máa ṣe Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari wà níbẹ̀ dead or alive for 8 years nìkan kan ṣe Nnamdi Kanu. Èyí tẹ́ bá mọ Jagaban. Èmi ò ní nọ́mbà Jagaban náà, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ní nọ́mbà ẹ sọ fún Ṣèyí Tinubu kó fún Nnamdi Kanu ní treatment tó bá tẹ̀ sí máa dé mọ́bẹ̀ kó máa fún ní treatment kí nǹkan máa ṣe o. So gbogbo ẹni tó bá fẹ́ GoFundMe wa ẹ bá gbọ́n wọ́n ṣàwò. So kátẹ́ o kí n tún lọ refresh mo fẹ́ wẹ́n tó ti fún wa lówó láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ àìtí rẹ̀ ní ọ̀kan fún wa lówó láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ kí ló dé ó sì wà ní 165 láti àná àbí ẹ̀rí líǹkì yẹn ni ẹni tó bá rí líǹkì yẹn jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ màá send ẹ̀ sí. Ẹ yẹ ká padà sórí UK mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa migration mò ń download àwọn videos ní some I'm multitasking ẹ má bínú and that's the reason why I brought the laptop out because so ọ̀rọ̀ mo ti download eléyìí kí mo ní láti download eléyìí 5 minutes lélẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí a máa lò lọ́jọ́ iwájú lágbára Elédùmarè nígbà táwa náà bá ti di pé a ní TV station wa gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá a máa play fún yín lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lélẹ̀ but now we need to keep it in our archive so ẹ má bínú pé mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ mo tún ṣe nǹkan mi it is what it is. Ekiti State Governor to partner federal government to boost agriculture trade. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa Oyèbánjí. I need a lot of farming. Ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn nílé gan. Ẹ bá ṣe farming yẹn ní kíákíá. Ṣe 5 minutes lélẹ̀ ṣá. Yeah, that's the 5 minutes. So mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa migration. Èmi náà migrate kúrò Nàìjíríà ní 1998. Òyìnbó dẹ̀ gbà mí tọwọ́ tẹsẹ̀. Ó ṣe wá jẹ́ ìlú tí mo ti wá ní a ní problem mo ní Alex Mamu happy new year sir Wàsíù Táíwò happy new year mo kí ní Dìròkò kí ló dé tí okay Ọládìran Kazeem I need the nick okay ẹ change orí sí Ọládìran yẹn dà ju user 226 yẹn lọ okay bí àdẹ̀fẹ́ kẹ́ni kankan mọ̀ pé mo understand because àwọn kan wà lórí social media for coded reason Chukwudi Anthony how na dey àwọn ti Biafra ní àbí àwọn Biafra máa ń bínú gan pé Yoruba people they don't do Yoruba nation anymore you know they always say that but ẹ má dá wọn lóhùn wọn mọ̀ pa ṣe ń ṣe Yoruba nation so and nobody is disturbing them if they want to go but we know that we are still in the movement we might not be doing the same thing but we are still in the movement so
you're only allowed to stay back every year.
Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí happy new year mo ṣe ń type 2023 can you imagine 2024 lawa mo type 2023 so happy new year baba wa Mogaji one kí ló dé thanks kí ló ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún kí ló ń tó ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún. So I want to talk about migration. Kí ló ń pè ní migration and why are people migrating? The reason why people are migrating is because Margaret Thatcher abolished the birthright citizenship in 1983 bẹ́ẹ̀ni my last born wa ó jẹ́ àǹfààní ẹ̀. I always ask my mom why I was not born in this country. One in Nigeria was great then, Nigeria was good. So kí ló fẹ́ wá bí wa fún ní bíbá? Kí ló dé tó ṣe fẹ́ wá bí wa? Dennis. Wọ́n ti ń rìn ní ìwé ní Dubai, Mr. Dennis.
You're done. You're not going on.
They bari. Can I see you in UK for private discussion? Okay. Help with me. We can do a Zoom to start with. I'm very, very skeptical when people say they want to see me, and I'm not joking. It's because of the nature of my work. But if I send message to me, we can work out something and then we see. Yeah. If I send message, Mr. Mom, I send message to me. If any number me lowo, tell any number me take number. They get in touch. Plus, shey UK etiwa in UK. Benny, I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody. I'm sorry. Not because of you. I don't trust anybody, and I don't meet people. The nature of my job is just too very sensitive, and that's why I don't meet anybody. But there's always a way. Okay, to in the UK. Emu number, save it. +44 74 04 40 5917. Okay, we plus number meji money. The other one is +44 075 075 940 50 979. Studio number here, they get me direct here, but they back pay +44 75 94 050 979. They pay me direct lori here, but my stream this I'm not paying me program. Can you do a program for students coming into UK, please? You should have away from me, Mr. Larry Bird. The reason why I try not to touch on immigration is a very, very sensitive area, and people can easily turn you to God, which we are not. Especially when I can give advice and information, like I always say, that's all we can do. We can give advice and information, but I always say I don't do visa. But whatever you want to do, to bá ti wà ní UK, máa jẹ́ kí nǹkan sọ fún ẹ pé ìwé mi ti fẹ́ tán. Student mo bá wá yẹn mo fẹ́ lò mọ́ kò sí case tó dá ní UK. I fight the immigration for 15 years. Kò sí case kankan tó dá. Every case doesn't have merit. It's in between your case that you will build on it, and eventually it will become reality. So kódà wọ́n ti gbé mi dé airport ìdí tó fi dá mi padà sí Nigeria ní year kan. I was at the Heathrow airport, but everything was stopped. The flight was stopped. But it's story here. But sorry. So yeah, I'll see what we can do.
If I was dropping you.
Once you are in, no problem. Yes, but before you come, no, man, difficult. But ento bá ti wà nule, o bá níwò, bá má níwò. To bá ti wà nule, o bá níwò, o bá má níwò. You just have to know what you're doing. The most important thing is you need an immigration. Yeah, I will do something on that. I'll work on it. Yeah. Yeah, I will do. I'll do a program on it. As I said, as your wish. Wish it in here in 2024. I want you to know if you go Kotan so. We have a lot of things that we want to do. We need your funding. We need your support. So 2024 January. Program. Do a program. Do a program. Professor about migration. Background. Can you do a program for student coming into UK? All right, we look at that in the 1st of January. So I come about program listen. Let me leave what I'm doing in terms of my download so I can focus a little bit on the program. I'm talking about migration. I migrated out of Nigeria in 1998, almost 25 years. Abi, in September. So I've been out of Nigeria for some time. But I'm grateful that I'm able to settle into this country. It wasn't easy. Koda, but it was signed. Ni London Bridge at the Old Street. Mama signed every week. But what changes every 2 weeks. But what changes every month. But what changes every 3 months. I did sign for over 3 years or thereabouts. That will be very well. Okay, we see. I'll try and announce it in one of my programs that I'm actually programming in your bio so that many of you will be benefiting for it. But it will be on my social media. So even if you miss it, the title will be that particular, and we will try to get as much information subject to what I'll be reading from the government website and the immigration that the hand. So we will do that. Mama long side. I don't want to see you this side. Most of my anything.
I'm not doing anything.
So let's leave that. I think it will be good on that too. I'll do that. I mean, like I said, many people in Nigeria needs information, but again, people take advantage of it. And I remember sorting out a case last year. Ẹni saw 9.5 million naira fún yàn kan nílùú yìí. Wọ́n wá pè mí pé láti April làwọn ti sanwó yẹn fẹ́ nìyẹn ọ́fíìsì COS fún or something like that. Àwọn wá ń pè ní ẹni ọ̀gbẹ́ kọ́ ọ̀mọ̀ níyàn dáná ọmọ Yorùbá ní gbogbo wa. So I eventually intervened. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ṣe Elédùmarè ṣe ẹni ẹ̀dáwó yẹn padà within 10 days tí mo dá sí. Kọ̀mọ̀ jẹ́ kẹ́ni ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀dáwó yìí padà ní láti escalate wàhálà ìsíta láti April kí ló dé tógun Ukraine kan bá ń bọ̀ gan sef tíyàn bá ń rìn wà á ti fẹ́ rìn jáde kúrò ní Ukraine tó bá yẹ pé ní Russia ló wà April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So we were able to resolve it. The person paid the money back quickly, 9.5 million. So people take advantage of so many things. Let's leave that. Ẹ jẹ́ ká focus on migration. What is the meaning of migration? Fulani migrate. I'm going to be linking this with the Fulanis as well, because the whole idea of this broadcast is to say that we want you to come to UK. I want to travel out. I want you to be anywhere around the world. But the UK say you cannot bring your dependent anymore. I don't know whether people know the meaning of dependent. Maybe I should also explain what is a dependent. So I just English dictionary. Dependent. Because not everybody knows all these things. So that King Akamala of as a student to fi wá láti Nigeria ká wá sọ fún ẹ pé o lè kó family ẹ wá gbowó lọ́wọ́ yín kí ló ń pè ní dependent. 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 If anybody says dependent, it literally means various benefits will be dependent on the length of services to start with. Also, according to the word dependent, a dependent is a person who relies on another as a primary source of income. So ọmọ yín nísìn dependent ló jẹ́ fún yín. Àwọn ọmọ yín nísìn, they are my dependent even though they are my children. Àwọn lè ṣe kankan, èmi mo sanwó internet, wọ́n ti tan TV sílẹ̀ nísìn kò sí tó kàn wọ́n. Ọba ṣe ọdẹ tí wọ́n ti jẹun. So, but Tabatufeo, what does dependent mean? Someone who depends on you for financial support. Our dependent in Nigerians, our diaspora, I'm sorry to say, because we are funding Nigeria from outside, but the system is not helping our people that we are supporting. They are not supporting it. I mean, I would love to set up a farming business in Nigeria. Mutifun Mr. Larry Lowo, Abimi ati Mr. Larry Bird are joined together. And now I'm a business. Monisha ni cheat me. Ema gba mi o. Oh no Koiki. Trust me now. Awa ni koba wara ile sekiti afishi farming. Awa send owó sí mo kàn fẹ́ mo bí brain mi ṣe ń gbé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí bí ṣe ń sọ yìí ó ń wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o kàn ṣe pé mo ṣe plan ẹ̀. Èmi àti Mr. Larry Bird àwa ti ra farm yẹn bí 1 acre ni àbí 1 hectare lẹ máa ń pè I don't know. Àṣàrà àwa ní okay. I máa employ Mr. Adetunji, I máa employ Mr. Waris àti èèyàn bí méjì mẹ́ta kó bá wa manage. Ṣé mọ̀ pé government náà ní right láti make sure pé business ta fi ṣe yẹn ó wà successful. I'm sure everybody agrees that. Now, àwọn wo wá ní migrant tó ń wá láti wá disturb wa because inti UK sọ nísìnyí pé àwọn ò ní àwọn máa stop student visa. Let me look at the statistics. Student visa to UK, èló ló cost, èló ló revenue student visa to UK. Kí ni revenue? I have a statistics. I have a number to give you. On average, international students in 2021/2022 cohort make a 58 million pounds sterling net economic contribution to the UK economy per constituency. This is equivalent to 560 pounds per member of the resident population. International student boost UK economy by 41.9 billion pounds sterling, according to University UK. Oh my God. Àwa invest ilẹ̀. Ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn kan wá migrate wá sórí ilẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n migrate. They are migrating into that territorial part of Ekiti, where Ekiti State Governor is meant to protect me and Mr. Larry Bird business, because we did not have this money. I took the money from the bank. I probably spoke to my cousin, spoke to my wife, and then they pull up resources for me. Some of us have access to good credit and we can pull out money from the bank. We now put 20,000 pounds. We now invested that 20,000 pounds because the reason why you are coming to UK, apart from the fact that people are japa, people also gain something from UK education-wise. And then you can either stay here or you take it back to wherever you want around the world, not literally Nigeria. Many people have studied here and they've moved on to other countries where they can quickly, get, because having a student visa does not give you a full residential permit. The difference between you as a student and me is that I have a residential status. You don't have that. All you have is a student visa. And you must start thinking about what happened after your student visa business has been completed in UK. Because you would only have a limited period to use that student visa. I am not restricted. You will be restricted to certain things in UK while you are here, but you are also contributing to the UK economy to the tune of 40-something billion pounds sterling. Let's look at it according to www.universitiesuk.ac.uk. And it goes like this. Note to editors. The net economic impact per student was estimated to be about 125,000 pounds typical EU domicile student in 2021-2022 cohort, 96,000 pounds per non-EU domicile student. In other words, every 9 EU student and every 11 non-EU student generate 1 million pounds worth of net economic impact for the UK economy over the duration of their studies. All this is money making for the UK. It's also good for you because you will also be able to gain something. But if Nigeria was a great country, what we should be doing is we should be taking this message of studying, master's, PhD, degree, your knowledge of whether you went to university, because most people in this country, especially the Igbo people, they don't go to universities. What they do is they start a job and they become a managing director or a manager. We've been there, we've seen them. Sometimes they cannot write a full, now that they're catching up, some of them are well read. I was on the train yesterday and I was listening to, these beautiful loverbirds on my side. I don't like science. Just like any other person. So not every one of them even complete their universities, not to even talk about secondary school. Some of them are dropout. So, but they can start a job and they will gain a lot of training on that job. And me that came with a scholarship, a startup of first degree from University of Lagos, I would then be under a young boy or a young woman in UK that have never studied, but he has become a manager. But I have no choice. You will see them in the care home, especially some of you that are arriving in UK. You realize that this person, to what I told you, manager, but yes, she has been there for a very long time. So UK, like we say, is now saying that you cannot bring your dependent. That is not the really area. I'm talking about the migration part of it. Why are we getting influx of migrants coming into our territory and they are disturbing our life? They are disturbing the economic part of Yoruba land. I'm not talking about the Igbos. I'm not talking about the Hausas. I'm talking about the Fulanis that have now become manic. They've become a problem to us. How do we solve the problem? Some of you say we need state police. Okay, which is very good. But will this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu allow a state police that can be able to deal with the influx of crime? And crime is always local. Thank you so much, Yawakeni Abebi. Crime is local. In this country, if I call the police now, I'm not getting a police from Manchester. I am getting a police from the area that understand my local government. I don't need another one from Kent. I don't need another one from wherever. I need the one that understands the crime. So that when I say, I am seeing some young boys, they are disturbing us here, they are breaking cars, the police is going to come and they will start telling me, okay, this is what we are going to do for the policing. So what we have seen in Nigeria is that many things are happening. Akwala Joduma, kini ẹ ti ń prepare, ó yẹ kí n ti send ẹ sí látànà, but my wo phone me here because on load mo tẹ̀ wá mọ̀ bí ó ti padà load ìtàn. So our boys yẹn ti pull every of the iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ bẹ̀ wá, wọ́n ti pull it together. So máa dọ́dọ̀ yín ní èní lágbára Ọlọ́run. So what we are saying is that the reason why we are in this mess is because Nigeria, as much as people say, it's not to be Koiki, it's just that we have people that have mismanaged it. Agreed. Scotland is well managed, does not mean that they don't want to go out of the UK Union. Scotland, tẹ́fẹ́ wá kàwé níbẹ̀, àwọn tẹ́fẹ́ wá kàwé lọ́dọ̀ wọn ní Scotland. MK Abiola studied at the University of Glasgow. I saw it when I went there. Well read. Tọ́ba ní àwọn tó gba bàbá degree jáde ní Scotland. Ẹ máa mú MK Abiola orí ẹ̀ gbóná gan, ó yẹrùkú ni. But what we are saying is that has not stopped the Scottish people from demanding their right to self-determination, whether it's going to happen in the next 20 years or 30 years. But we know that in 2014, the Scottish were given the privilege to accept whether they want to remain in the contraction, or now, let me not use the word contraction because they are not in contraction, in the contract between the UK and them. The question now is, why are people moving? The movement of a person or people from one country, locality, a place of residence to settle in another, an instance of this is known as migration. Migration is first and foremost a normal human activity. So don't think that people don't want to visit Lagos State. They want to come and see what Lagos looks like, and they say, Lagos is not Dubai, and they're not going back to Sokoto, they're not going back to Enugu. They see Lagos as a hub that they can make money. Mr. Larry Bates, I think our elders need a visit to Mr. President to really inform him. They're working on that. I can tell you that. Babakintoye and the team, and they're selecting people. You know Yoruba people. So they're selecting people that will be traveling, and again, Tinubu has to give us the appointment. And he's a president. Could have been tell body loan. Tinubu is a president. He has a lot of itinerary. So even if there's going to be such meeting, it might either be, something that will come into the public limelight or something that might not. But they're working on a visit to Tinubu. I have said it. We will negotiate with Tinubu. There's no doubt about it. We want him to hear what we're saying. We don't know what is in his mind, but I don't believe Tinubu has any hope for me as a Yoruba man to leave us out of Nigeria. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll come out when that time comes and say, well, I was wrong. But for now, I don't think so. But right now, definitely, if anybody is saying that, can I negotiate with Tinubu, all that is nonsense. You still have to negotiate. So, I believe the meeting will be a good one, subject to, again, as soon as Tinubu gives us the opportunity to pay that visit to him. So, why are we now seeing the UK saying, we want you to come to UK and study Olakunle Happy New Year, but we don't want you to bring your family. Bringing your family is a problem. Can we also now say that we want those that are coming to our territory, like I said, we can't stop the other indigenous people or the ethnic people that are living with us because it is still part of the formation. But what about the porous borders? Where people are coming in, one wole, ní total numbers one, and they are becoming a problem. What one ṣe kíni, what one ṣe jàmbá tó pọ̀, jàmbá kí ló ń ṣe, tó bá clear territory yẹn tán, everybody máa sá lọ. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń sọ ní Plateau State. People that move out of Plateau when things happen, they can't go back there, but some new people are living there. Àwọn wo ló ń gbé níbẹ̀? This is a question that we should be asking ourselves. So it is always in the human nature. My lips is getting very dry. It might be no. Camera, lips me too dry. I don't like it. So So migrating is not a problem. I migrated out of Nigeria. It's not a problem. Anybody can migrate to, the only difference is people want to go to Sokoto and live there. As long as you're okay with the lifestyle there. I've never been to Sokoto. So human beings have always moved from one country, locality, place of residence, to settle in another place. This is what we are saying to the Yoruba people. We are not saying that we don't want Fulani to come and live with us. I want to know that those Fulanis are not the ones that are going to create problem. I have lived in this country. I have not created a problem for the UK, not because they have my fingerprint, not because I've committed any crime. It is part of the process that when you want to reside in UK with me, this is the UK government now. I'm Agbakai. Money, well, that's fine. So that while they commit a crime, gbé sórí system, tó bá jẹ́ pé mi ni mo lọ commit a crime yẹn, àgbéjáde. This is not going to happen in that Nigeria in the next 30, 40 years because till the stage here, I listened to Sanwo-Olu and he was right. He says during the EndSARS, they actually bumped down the only if you thought man say forensic or whatever, I don't know how it is called. It's about my bam if you see in the comment section. Mo gbọ́ tó ń sọ nínú fídíò kan tí ìyàwó mi send ẹ̀ sí mi, though it was very very it was, I don't like the way he presented himself. Woman yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ calmly. And
nearly finished.
Not yet.
Almost.
Yeah. And Sanwo-Olu, the way he responded back shows that these politicians could they say biometrics? No. If Mohbad pé wọ́n ní gbọ́dọ̀ send the gbogbo kìíní ẹ̀ lọ sí America. So ní wọ́n ń try láti sọ pé ẹyọ kan táwọn ní building táwọn ní tó lè fi ṣe irú iṣẹ́ yẹn pé wọ́n ti jó nígbà tó ń ṣe EndSARS. So yeah, the only African forensic facility ẹ ṣe gan ìgbọ́n mi ọmọgbọ́lá ọgbà there, that's what I'm looking for. Kò ń ṣe biometric on passport. So Sanwo-Olu was very angry when he was responding to that, Igbo woman, because Igbo ni woman yẹn. Woman yẹn ní Sylvester, you didn't do anything in the last 3 years. And the woman was very calm, but Sanwo-Olu went bizarre. Bye, I don't sleep in 5 o'clock. Come problem. You say you want to be the governor. Your job is to make sure you protect and give the Lagosians the security that they need. Politics on This is the reason why. Yeah, it was very rude. Every video here. I mean, look, I'm not here to defend what happened during the EndSARS, but when shit happened, things goes down. That's far as I can say. I know some of you might say, Lagos, nonsense. When things are not going in accordance, that is what they call anarchy. So many things have happened. Shit happened. Building kan wà ní Tottenham High Road. Wọ́n jó gbogbo building yẹn wá sísàlẹ̀. Wọ́n jó kanlẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún yín nígbà tó pa McDougall àbí Douglas ló ń jẹ́ Google ẹ̀. Gbogbo Tottenham ó dàrú ni McDougall àbí kíní kan ló ń jẹ́ gbà yẹn kí lórúkọ wọ́n yẹn tẹ̀ ń jẹ́ mo rí rẹ́rì 2008 Tottenham McDougall àwọn ọlọ́pàá ló pa. So I'm not here to say what happened, but Shejobe is right. But when shit happened, shit happened. McDougall, a 29-year-old black British man, was shot dead by the police in Tottenham, North London, on the 4th of August 2011. Tó bá wà ní UK níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Wàá rò pé a ti wà nínú war zone ni. McDougall, ẹ lọ Google it. So, but the way Sanwo-Olu responded to that woman shows that these politicians, they are not ready yet. Ìyẹn máa ń query politicians ni, ìyẹn máa ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín ni, àwa gan tá wà lórí social media tá à ń ṣe politician gan everybody ṣe máa ń ta sí wa tá máa dẹ ìgbà mi àmà wà calm. Though I mean it's a very difficult job, but I can understand Sanwo-Olu, but he didn't respond very well. He went bizarre. So, but let's leave that now. Let's come back to Ashiwa lórí ọ̀rọ̀ migration. Kí ló dé tí UK ò fi jẹ́ ká kó àwọn dependent wá wá? The UK is getting concerned. wọ́n fún yàn 150,000 ní visa around the world ẹ kó 300,000 tẹ̀lé tó ń bọ̀ pressure máa wà nínú system láti ní more school láti fi add value. Mo sọ fún yín pé èmi fúnra mi family mi kan tó dé ọmọ mẹ́ta lọ́kọ́ dé ọmọ mẹ́ta wọ́n ti wà ní school nísìn àwọn ti sáàkà àwọn ti aim lucky bí àṣà àwọn Ìjẹ̀bú aim lucky àwọn yẹn ti lucky nísìn. But what about those that wants to come in according to the UK government this morning? I know it's not the news you want to hear on the 1st of January. Tèmi ò ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀ lágbára Jésù Kristi, ọmọ forget about all that nonsense. If you're coming as a student, ò ní kó family ẹ̀kọ̀kan wá, ní tó bá wọn ẹni kó sọ. Èmi kọ́ mo ṣòfin. That is what the UK government is saying. We will all learn by fire, by force. Koiki, I wish. Èmi kọ́ mo sọ. Let's now read some of what people are saying in the comment section. This was posted at exactly 9:30 a.m. UK time this morning. But there's also exemption. If you are a postgraduate, my co-family involved. Àwọn Sanwó-Olú máa ń prefer question tó ti arrange sílẹ̀ ní ẹ má dá wọn lóhùn. Mr. Waris ní okay mo ti kàn yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Non-resident status is restricted to temp, migrant worker, student, health treatment, tourism. Kódà health subcharge yẹn wọ́n ti increase anything because ibẹ̀ la fi rake owó àwọn kan tó máa health subcharge is also going on. I think it's going to be about £1,000. But I'll try and do that program like you said. But to this morning we're just bouncing from migration, linking it to the Yoruba Nation conversation. You might say, Yoruba Nation and student in UK. It is all the same thing. If Obafemi Awolowo University, which is still a very, very good university, Lagos State University is still a very good, and all the polytechnics, if they are well-funded, simple Rahim Okinsa, Happy New Year once again to everyone that is joining us. If they are well-funded, and when you finish that, whatever course you are doing at those universities, and you can guarantee a job in Nigeria, and bet you, and to have travel gone. She wants a master's ní University of Ibadan. Wọ́n ṣe PhD níbẹ̀. Kí ló dé tá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe níbẹ̀ yẹn? Is another question I'm asking. Why are we not doing it in our own institution? Nílé. Kí ló dé tó yẹ pa ṣe fẹ́ wá ṣe PhD níta ní UK? Kí ló dé tá ṣe fẹ́ wá ṣe masters ní UK? It's because we are already, àwọn tó bá ti wà ní stage yẹn, they are already seeing the future that ṣé mo lè ṣe masters ní Nigeria kí n ríṣẹ́? Yes, chances slim there. That is why people wants to migrate out as well. Ìyẹn ló ṣe ń sọ pé kí ló ń pa ìyàwó Kàdíjà rẹ́rìn àbí èmi ti jápa láti 25 years ago. Èmi ò dẹ̀ fi student wọlé, visa ni mo fi wọlé. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi lárí bẹ̀ ní Koiki tó bá lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn ó ti deep jù, kò ṣe pé àná àwọn lecturers nílé dó àmọ́ àwọn kan fi tọwọ́ bọ̀ dé àwọn sisters wa, which is very wrong, and they might expose wọn, and they expose àwọn díẹ̀ kan ní last year àti year before. It's just that gbogbo àwọn tó ń graduate yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń graduate ó yẹ kẹ́ máa ní access sí ṣe open market la máa pè ẹ tó bá ṣe tán ní university, open market, because the whole idea of the economy of the US is that wọ́n need àwọn tó bá kàwé dáadáa láti drive economy yẹn. Ṣé mo right? Ẹ̀yin economics tẹ wà nulẹ̀, ẹ̀yin tẹ ẹ mọ̀ pé mi journalist lèmi, èmi ò really understand economics. Àwọn tó bá ṣe tán ní university, kí lè rò pé America, economy America, even though náà bounce ni, but at least kí lè rò pé China need a lot of ṣé mo pa àwọn Chinese wọ́n máa rán àwọn ọmọ wọn wá kàwé níbí báyìí. A friend did a master for 10 years in Nigeria. Supervisor travel today, strike tomorrow. Àwọn èèyàn ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ níbí báyìí. Wọ́n ní èèyàn kan ṣe masters after 10 years kò ríṣẹ́ ṣe. It's because this is where people are saying, ṣé Tinubu lè make any changes sha? Because in tí Tinubu fi wá deal pẹ̀lú yìí, in tó ti àwọn ní Tinubu ló bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ o, even though òun náà ní tiẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ nígbà tó ṣe Lagos State. But in tí Tinubu fi wá rectify damage yẹn ó ti kọjá. Kàdóso gan Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí by the time tó wọ́n máa fi ṣe tán kó sì ní ó rà pé dáàdì yẹn nírun dúdú lórí àbí kí gbogbo ẹ̀ má ti di funfun. The Yorubas wants to pull Nigeria out of recession, of insecurity, of this, of that. I'm talking about the present administration of Tinubu. But this problem is just too big. It's too big, you know. And Tinubu doesn't have, you know, the time to fix the problem. 8 years, he can't fix it. I mean, Toba honest, Toba lawyer, which some people say Koiki, and when I mean, you know, even Baba Wale Soyinka says, I'm not going to say anything until 1 year, but Kato Shedu Katola, Atiwani January, February, March, April, May. Tinubu will be in government in 5 months. 1 year. In the next 5 months, Tinubu Matiwani job for 1 year. So whatever Tinubu have said, be after 1 year, Loma kicking. Be after, I don't know. But now, Ejeka wo àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lábẹ́ UK government kí ni reason tí wọ́n ṣe ń get angry? Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ọmọbat sọ pé Nigeria labour market is filled up with old folks and the new generation has no chance to penetrate with their new ideas. I love that as well. Ẹni tara yẹ fẹ́ sọ pé my brother ọmọ forget gbogbo òyìnbó yìí, one Nigeria is already gone. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ọmọgbọ́lá Ọbat, you're right. I'm sure 1 or 2 people know that àwọn kan wà nínú civil service. Ṣé civil service ní ká pè? Ó yẹ kó ti retire. Àwọn náà wà lọ ń dọ́gbọ́n sí bá certificate wọn. There's a lot of shenanigans. And ẹ lọ gbọ́, tẹ́ bá ṣe darapọ̀ mọ́, ẹ lọ gbọ́. I mean, I'm not here to defend that man talking but the way that she saw, I know that not everybody will like that man in Ondo State. Ìyẹn man to resign after Akeredolu kú, kọ́lọ̀ fọ́run kẹ́ Akeredolu. I met Akeredolu Aketi once, so you know, even as much as I might not agree with him, but kọ́lọ̀ fọ́run kẹ́, and I don't talk about people that are dead in a bad way. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ lórí Object TV, the shenanigans in the politics. My brother, our people are not here to study; they are here to escape. Àwọn yẹn wá kàwé ní náà, ẹ má dá wà lálẹ́, ẹ má kọ́rọ̀ sí mi lẹ́nu. Àwọn yẹn wá kàwé lábúrọ̀dì ní ọwọ́ jápa o, kí lẹ mí pa àwọn èèyàn jápa. Ìgbà ilẹ̀ tún máa fún UK government láyé kan tún máa change òfin nísìn. Èmi ò dẹ̀ fi ṣe program tèmi pé UK government máa fi change òfin. But tó bá ṣàti wọlé any immigration problem, ìwọ ṣáà pè mí. Máa yẹ kí yẹn dẹ́rù bẹ̀, ìwọ ṣáà pè Koikimedia. Mo lè má rí ẹ o, because irú ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tán náà Mr. Koiki kájọ pàdé. I don't trust anybody, I'm sorry. Because you can be an agent working for anybody, and iṣẹ́ tí mi gbé dání wà very, very too high risk. But you know, we can always say something, you know, at least mo ní Zoom, a lè ṣe Zoom meeting. Tí bá dẹ̀ fi pé a máa ríra, àkọ́kọ́ confirm yẹn. I don't see anybody. So anyway, that is on that. Wọ́n wá ní changes to student dependent rules is now in force. Mo ti post ẹ̀ síta, ó ti wà lórí TikTok, ó ti wà everywhere. Ṣé gbogbo èèyàn ló máa lè kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà láti wá kàwé níta? I don't know. Can Tinubu rectify the... Okay, ẹ yẹ ká mú láti bíbá. Ẹ rántí pé Buhari shut down the education sector for 8 months. And tó bá báyọ̀ sùn gan sa ti fẹ́ lóyún tó máa fi bí ní the 9th month. And I'm sure people got pregnant. Àwọn sisters wa kankan nígbà tó bá ti ń ṣe kíbọ̀rọ̀kì kò ń pẹ́ mo kí ẹ easy dollar. Because tó bá ń báyọ̀ sùn lójoojúmọ́ tẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ó máa doyún tẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti lo condom. But eventually, Buhari care less. I hope Tinubu will take education serious. Nigeria is still existing. So even tó bá tẹ̀ máa collapse, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe make ayé kó wà easy fún wa. Rice ti di 62,000. Gbogbo kìíní yẹn kí ló ṣe ń fà? Because market force tẹ́gbọ́n mi sọ níbẹ̀ yẹn, a ní àwọn brain tó jáde ní university, but àwọn dongoyaro àwọn bàbá kan wà nínú system tó yẹ pé wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kí kò di tẹlòmíì. The whole system in Nigeria is corrupt. The Luxury Air Company, thank you so much. And I hope your business is prospering. Wherever you are, I hope 2024 will bring more people to buy air. Many of us, so let me reduce this to you. So many Nigerians want to prosper. They are trying their best in the little resources, but the government is not there to support it. President Bola Tinubu called damage in Nigeria. Nigeria has been damaged for a very long time. Let me pick up what Reno said. I'm still doing my upload of my video, so it might be no. because I want to motivate it ready, so I have to post it and I have to download more videos. Every day I download all my videos that I do, and I still have a few more to download. So if you're new on this platform, I'm here not for immigration. I'm Yoruba Nation campaigner. So in case you are just hearing immigration conversation, it's based on the UK that is now saying that they are not going to allow you to bring your dependent as a student, but there is going to be exemption if you're coming for postgraduate, or if you're coming under a scholarship, you will bring your own, because they know that scholarship, definitely the government of wherever you're coming from, which country, will fund it. But they don't want you as a student, because I know you're coming to study. I believe you're coming to study, and we have to agree on that. But when you get here, okay, you're in UK, you apply for asylum, this is where I come in. I will say to the UK government, you are not going to be taken to Rwanda. It is completely wrong. It is inhumane for them to take you from UK to Rwanda. Some of you don't even understand that Ijata Anja is both sides. As I fight for Yoruba Nation, I'm also fighting for most of you that will end up in UK. I'm not talking about America. I don't live in America, because the UK government wants to send you out of this country to go and apply for the asylum in Rwanda. And then when your asylum case is completed, you can then come back to UK. And we say no. So sometimes this is where we come in. If you have not heard about my GoFundMe, we are raising £50,000. Don't convert it to Nigeria. I don't live in Nigeria. Just look at it as 50,000 naira, okay? But the problem we're saying is many people are not. Some have already done £1, £1, €1. It will go a long way. I need 50,000 people so that this year we can do a lot of innovative and a lot of things digital with our platform. But if we don't have it, we will just be using the little resources that we still have. The money will be there until I can say that, yes, it's more than enough. In the last 48 hours, it is only just raised £165. Maybe some of you don't want to do it. Maybe some of you just want us to be coming out to be talking and say, yes, we need money, but you're not doing anything to it. But don't expect Al Jazeera to give you a breakdown of what I'm discussing. Don't expect CNN, BBC Yoruba, BBC Hausa, BBC Igbo. They are not going to do that. These are being funded by me. I pay TV license it's going up in April. I'll be paying about 100 and the TV license. Let me quickly look at it. TV license is going up in UK. TV license is increasing. What is the price? Fee no need. What is the cost? Yeah, TV license in UK. If I have a color TV in my house, the UK government expect me to pay £159 every year, so that they need that money for BBC. So when we are saying we need £50,000, don't say it as a big money. BBC needs millions, but they are not talking about the danger and the problem that people are facing in Nigeria, the genocide, the human rights abuses, why Nigerians that wants to japa, why we should talk about it, so many areas as well. And if you have a black and white TV, you only pay £53.50. There's a concession for those that are elderly, those that are slightly several sight impaired, people that cannot see very well. There's a 50% discount for them as well. They pay £79.50. So if you are blind, you will also get discount. These are why we say Nigeria doesn't have a good governance. So if you're expecting any good governance in Nigeria anytime soon, you will not get it because it is not available. Okay? So that is why we want you to support us. And if you want the link to the GoFundMe, just ask for it and we will share it with you as well. Once again, shout out to Bubu Enteshe program ni different crossover night. I saw stadium was packed. I saw, mosque were packed. It's good that we're now seeing, that kind of union. We're not fighting religion fight on this platform. We're talking about our right to self-determination. Whether Tinubu likes it or not, I don't care. That's his own problem. Tinubu at some point was also an activist. And he also said he doesn't believe in Nigeria, but things have turned around. He's not the president. He's enjoying life. Let him enjoy it. Buhari enjoyed more than that as well. But if you think that anyone will rig Tinubu out in 2027, Tinubu is going to rig himself back in. But after Tinubu finish in 2031, hopefully, quote unquote, if Nigeria is still existing, because I don't know how far the Yorubas will be ready to say enough is enough. You can go and do another election after Tinubu. It is not going to change anything. Nigeria is not going to work. So most of you that wants to japa as a student, you are the one I'm talking to this morning, okay? This is not a full program. Some people have said, Koiki, we need you to do a full program on that. I will try my best, see what I can do on that. But for now, if you're coming with your dependent and you are planning that before, or you have not submitted an application in time before today, forget them. No amount of prayer can change what the UK have put out. They are concerned that many people are traveling to UK as a dependent, and that needs to stop. So that is on that. Now, let's read what people are saying on the comment section on this post. Postgraduate and government-funded constitute the vast majority. My husband works in disease and infection research at the London University, so this measure will have limited impact. No, with a question mark. This one says, too late, too little, too late. Some British citizens are very concerned that many people that are saying that they're coming to study, which I believe you're coming to study. Forget about whatever say that you are coming to study, but you don't want to leave your loved ones at home. That is why you're bringing them, because you're going to miss your husband, your children, if you have your whoever that you're bringing as your dependent. And dependent, I've already explained what it means, somebody that you are taking care of. So you have the right to say, if I'm coming to UK to study a master degree or undergraduate, I want to come with my dependent. But right now, as of today, I'm not talking about yesterday, today, the UK government says enough is enough. It's not going to happen. And I think I should say a full, let's say, so new overseas student will not be able to bring the, let's even go and read what has popped up. Yeah. So many people have picked on that as well. So many news. I can tell you that I'm going to stand up for a few minutes because I need to, how are the UK, okay, now I'm going to also be telling you what the BBC is saying, because many fact comes from there as well. So let me give you some of the headline. When I Google, new overseas student will no longer be able to bring their family members to UK. According to the National, unreasonable practice of foreign student obtaining family visa comes to an end. Finally, it comes to an end. There is no miracle. I'm going to pray about that. It is not going to happen. That is why some of us are saying, yes, if you can get to UK, what about those that can't get to UK? We need to come together, speak to our representative and ask them whether Nigeria is still visible. Many of you are celebrating Happy New Year, but most of you probably never knew that today is the fraudulent amalgamation of Nigeria. Nigeria was joined together today, 1st of January 1914. It's a very, very bad, amalgamation. It has created havoc. It is still creating havoc because the hatred among us started in 1914. The British colonial rulers knew that there was no way you could put together 300 ethnic people, indigenous people, match them together, 350 languages, and expect us to flourish. You go to Finland, where Simon Ekpa is, they speak their own language. You go to Germany, they speak their own language. You go to other countries. But why have we been put together is because of a selfish interest. Nigeria is a business center. You can take it to the market. Hopefully, you will get something out of it. According to the business today, foreign students won't be able to take family members to UK. That is Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's first announcement in 2024. That is Rishi Sunak's first announcement in 2024. Then the BBC about a week ago says, how are the visas rules changing? How many people can come to UK? The question is, if we cannot come to UK, you might find another location that you want to travel to. But what about our own territory? The Yoruba territory, the Hausa territory, the Ijaw territory, this territory, that territory. That company house, where they call Nigeria. Because Nigeria is a company house. We are all working for Nigeria. You have a Nigerian passport, you're one of the staff. And sometimes if you're a staff and you are traveling on your own, you have no business with the Nigerian government, you've never chopped money from the Nigerian government, you are the one that they will be disturbing. Go and ask Professor Wole Soyinka. He was stopped, in France at some point. Before they realized that he's the Nobel laureate, it was too late. They already disgraced him. That shows that he was traveling with a Nigerian passport that is a slave. And if you say we are not slaves, that's fine. Some of you might come up and say, well, but we had a good regional government. What happened was destroyed. I always say, well, that is fine. But whatever has played out in the 63 years of what is called Nigeria today, there's nothing that you can tell me that the West, especially their security agency, did not play hands in it. You can go and ask how they killed Patrick Lumumba. Is it Patrick Lumumba? Or I hope I'm right. Is it Patrick Lumumba or that one that was killed where they dissolve his body into acid and they keep his teeth? They just returned his teeth from Belgium. Patrick Lumumba, and what was the other guy's name? I hope I'm right with the name. I don't want to mix it with the other one that is doing a lot of work, bringing Africa up with so many of his, programs. I hope I'm right. Then take a call check so that I clarify that. Patrick Lumumba or the other one? No, not Patrick Lumumba. Kilo command to payen. Ti Belgium pa. Kilo no. I don't mean it into trade. It's not Patrick Lumumba. I know Patrick Lumumba. Ele is the lawyer that speaks a lot about African suffering because we elect the worst to lead us. Well, that's what he says. Yeah, no, not Mobutu. Mobutu ke no. Mobutu Seseko gonse Baba kan ta Belgium pa to dissolve gbogbo body sínú acid, but what toju eyin wọ́n ṣe den yin padà ní just some few last year anyway, because that was in new year nisin. So I'll remember the name, or probably somebody will remember and they'll be able to tell me, in the comment section. How long have I done now? I got to start winding down. Wow, we've done 2 hours, you see, and I've not even completed my download. We'll come back to that. So what I'm just trying to explain to every one of us on the thread this morning is that things are changing. The West are becoming concerned that we are moving out of our territory. But what about our own territory? Is it a good territory? Yes, we have everything. We have the good land. We have the water. We have whatever it takes. But this territory is not providing anything for us. And that is where the problem is. So before I start heading out of this transmission so that I can focus on what I'm doing right here, let's touch on one more area. Okay. Where are we now? Yeah, so I'm still focusing on the new immigration rules. I'm going to stand up for a few seconds, then I'm going to come back and just let me just find something to play while I'm going to stand up. I need to stretch my leg a little bit. I've been sitting for too long. So let me see from the Yoruba people at home, their complaint. Some of the videos that might, okay, these are expectations from the Yoruba people that voted Bola Tinubu, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So what you're about to listen to is on our backup channel called WD76 Media, where you can watch Patrick Lumumba. But Patrick Lumumba, according to man, no conshon. She Patrick Lumumba, okay. Okay, yeah, Patrick Lumumba. Thanks so much. Yeah. Hold on, yeah, Patrick Lumumba. He was killed. Who was Patrick Lumumba? Let me accept this. Patrick Lumumba was an African nationalist leader who briefly served as the first prime minister of the newly independent Democratic Republic of Congo between June and September 1960. Before being forced out of office during a political crisis, he was assassinated in the early 1961. She got Mr. Bolaji Adeyemi, Patrick Lumumba. He was assassinated. So the West have always been involved in the problem in Africa. So when some of you are moaning about how we don't have good leaders, that's what they want. They don't want you to have good leaders, especially when they divided Africa, in 1884. They took every part of Nigeria. Many people don't even understand that Benin Republic is part of Yoruba land. Togo is part of Yoruba land, but they divided everybody. What is Patrick Lumumba known for? Patrick Lumumba is best known for becoming the first prime minister of the newly independent Democratic Republic of Congo in 1960, but was forced out of office after less than 3 months and for being assassinated the following year. what was Patrick Lumumba in power? You know, he was the prime minister from 1960, 24th June up to September, when he was dismissed by President Joseph Kasavubu. Lumumba contested his dismissal. How did Patrick Lumumba die? Patrick Lumumba was executed by a firing squad likely on the 17th of January 1961 or shortly thereafter. So Patrick Lumumba was born on the July 2nd, 1925, just some years after the British colonial ruler, created this false nation called Nigeria. So you can see the damage that they've done on our life, but we are saying that let us rectify this damage. Some of you say, no, we don't want that. What we want is let us be doing this Amalangbegiri, campaign of election. So listen to what these our mothers are saying. They are now complaining that they are so much disappointed in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has actually failed them. They voted for him. Yeah, he was killed by the Belgium. Yeah, walk by on it. Yeah, he was killed. What did they hear about that? He was, after they killed him, they put him in the acid. That was how terrible they are. So again, when I come down, we're gonna end the program because I got to do some other things. I just thought, while I'm doing my own little work, which I do from home, we can talk about a lot of things, especially as many of you wants to get to UK as a student. You can still be here as a student, but you will not bring your family. Somewhere in Ogun State, I'm coming back on my seat. Enjoy it.
Ǹjẹ́ ẹ lè bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí bí atmosphere ṣe rí lónìí 31st December 2023 less than 24 hours láti wọ ọdún tuntun 2024 báwo la fi ń fẹ́ ṣe rí ní àgbègbè afẹ́fẹ́ yẹn kọ́ lọ́njú òtura ni ó gbẹnu fún láti ìgbà tó ti bọ́ síbẹ̀ báyìí ó lágbára kọ́ lọ́ ń ṣàánú wa kó má fi di pa wá ni gbogbo àwọn ọmọ òjẹun àwágbó òjẹun kò sọ́jà gbogbo ẹ̀dá kórókóró ẹlẹ́rọ rẹ̀ àwọn ènìyàn agbádé tó fẹ́ lọ ta ìníkà rẹ́ẹ̀sì 1000 ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn ebi ń pa wá ọ̀sẹ̀ lọ sí ọ̀rọ̀ ìdíyẹ wọ́n ní àkọkọ̀balẹ̀ ìjọba lọ́fẹ́ fọmọbalẹ̀ gbì kọ́kọ́ ṣàánú wà àwọn ọmọ tí wọn kò ṣẹlẹ̀ jẹ́ pé bẹ́bí ṣe ń pa wọ́n nìyẹn káwọn náà fọkànbalẹ̀. ọdún 2023 láti January báwo ló ti rí ọmọ ìjẹ́lẹ̀ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. àní kò bọ̀ sí i gbogbo ibi pa wá láti January láti ìgbà tí bàbá yẹn ti débẹ̀ láti ìgbà tó ti gbàjọba òun ni ìgbà tí Buhari kan wà ń bẹ̀ kò lè tó yìí ìgbà tí Buhari wà ń bẹ̀ kò lè tó yìí. àmọ́ wọ́n ní sábà ìtì wa bàbá yìí ní sábà ìtì wa o àfojú wa jẹ́ gan ni ibi tá a fi wọ́n síbẹ̀ láti bẹ́ wọ́n ní sábà ìtì wa. àmọ́ ó sọ fún wa ní pé Yorùbá ronú ṣé ẹ̀ka sọ pé wọn ò ronú ní àbẹ́wò lẹ́sẹ̀. bàbá yẹn tẹ̀sí bàbá yẹn bá wojú wa jẹ́ o nítorí pé ibi tá a fi wọ́n síbẹ̀ lábẹ́ wọn o wọ́n ní sábà ìtì wọn fọkọ̀ gbogbo wa tá a dìbò fún wa lọ tá a dìbò fún wa là ń fọwọ́ mojú àwọn rìgírẹ́tì àwọn ọmọ ọmọdé bí pa wájú. Mr. Tinubu Ahmed ó lọ sí ọjà Ìdúmọ̀tà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àwọn èèyàn àwọn aráàbẹ̀ wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pariwo mọ́ pé ní pawọ́ ṣùgbọ́n bàbá yìí ó sì fún wọn lọ́kàn balẹ̀ pé ẹ máa wọlé ǹjẹ́ ò ní dàbí àìsàn ọdún? Kò dàbí àìsàn ọdún kankan rárá. Kò dàbí àìsàn ọdún. Oníkálukú kan mọ́ òkè ni kò sówó kò sọ́jà gbogbo fọ́ọ̀gbẹ́ ni gbogbo tágbẹ́ ni o. Ẹ̀rọ ń gbà wọ fún wọn ní kọ́ bá ṣe ní kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kọ̀ọ̀balẹ̀ kọ́ ṣàánú wa kọ́ bá yẹ kébí ìlú wa pátá o. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ gbogbo wa o kò ní jọ́ gbádùn o. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn bẹ̀ kúrú wà lọ́rùn wọn o. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn kúrú wà gbẹ́ lórí ẹ̀sìn kájú wọn o. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn kúrú wà gbẹ́ lórí wọn o. Kọ́ bá yẹ kébí ìlú gbogbo àwọn èèyàn ń kú o. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn kọ́ sọ fún báwọn èèyàn gbọ́ ní àwọn èèyàn kú sí ni o. Èmi lọ́dún wa tó yàn sí wọlé kọ́ máa ṣe bí pàwọ́ kú.
So that is the current situation, Mr. Konjini, and I never say anything. I mean, things are very, very tight. Hey, Clement, Happy New Year. My mom was asking about you yesterday, says he wanted to send some money to me. I said, Clement, no, he could, Clement don't get the GoFundMe. He's going to be doing his own bit as well. Thank you so much throughout last year. Clement, as many of you knows that, I always talk about him, is a full-blown Biafra, but support Koikimedia mission to, continue the campaign for the Yoruba nation. And for him, they believe that we need money to be able to do things. So he's one of our contributors, and that's why we always give him a shout out, just like I do with every single one of you. Even if you don't give us money, I do shout out to you. So Clement, thank you so much. I know so you go put money inside the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe has been stuck for 48 hours now. Nobody has put any money in there. Maybe people are just waiting for money to send to Nigeria and they will remember me. But if everybody is putting $1, especially in America, put $1 there. It will help. Don't look at it as, you can even say anonymous. Nobody will know you. And don't give them any tips. I've said it again. By the time we make the money out of these, they'll be taking their own commission. So I know that some of you didn't know that. Don't put any tips. So what you do, you move it to 0. You don't have to give any tips to GoFundMe, because GoFundMe, by the time, I'm going to take the money out at the appropriate time, it might be 6 months, they will definitely take a commission out of it. We set it up, and I'll read the reason why we set it up again. Thank you so much, Clement. I have the account. I will send it when it's ready. Yes. So, you can go on GoFundMe and send it there directly, because I want the money to be, I don't want the one that you send that I'll go and take the money out. So you can go on the GoFundMe and send it direct there, because I want it to be, because we have a project that we want to do. It depends on how soon the money will be raised, but at least we see. If we have the first £10,000, I'll be able to start work. But for now, we only have less than, £1,000. So we can't do anything with £165. We can't do anything with it. We need a lot of work to be done. So thank you so much. So I'll be sending the link out to many of you as well on the thread. Now, we've listened to our mothers. Many of you say, easy, Happy New Year. Shout out to you all the way in Miami. Shout out to every one of you as well. I'm going to be ending the program because I guess the family wants to, do their own thing. And I've done my own parts this morning. So where do we go from here? Remember that nobody wants anything to happen. People have said, Lagos State happy and all that nonsense. And I always say, when shit happen, things will definitely go down. It's as simple as that. If the politicians don't want all that to happen, start talking to us. Start having dialogue. But don't say, kilo mache, mache. Well, eventually, when that happens, nobody will be able to stop it. But the most important thing that we are doing right now is what they call campaign. Like I said, if you're joining us for the first time, you will not bring your family to UK under the student visa. I've not changed any direction of what the UK government have said. It says clearly that you will not come to UK anymore with a family, with your children or whatever. So, and let me read the final part, and then we start winding it down. I'll be back again, definitely. You know that we are back to back, and we are always never tired. We are doing a lot of work. We need to just expand the work that we're doing. Especially, I'm targeting age 18 to 24. A lot of them are not listening to Koikimedia. They're very engaged. They're busy with other things. These are children that were born in 1999. Most of them are still in secondary school or probably university. They're enjoying life. We're going to let them to enjoy life. But the true picture is Nigeria will never be great. I said that we are going to be having an interview, hopefully before the end of this month. Don't come here. 2 more minutes here. Calm down. Yeah. So these, our father that I plan to interview, it might be either recorded or it might be live. I don't know yet, but eventually you will cry for him. 22 years of service to Nigeria and nothing to show off. So don't let anybody fool you. When they say they are coming to do, Akeredolu have died now. I was seeing one of my uncle that says they did a lot of work for Akeredolu, while before he died, when they came to UK and all that, they've not even been paid for their consultancy fee. Did you hear that? I read it on his post right inside his Instagram. I'm not going to mention his name, but most of you might know him, for those of us that live in UK. He worked for Akeredolu. Akeredolu was in UK. They brought him here. They took him around different places to schools and all that. but they say they can't even pay their consultants fee. So if they don't pay consultants fee, how do you expect me to go and set up a business in Ondo State? So foreign students won't be able to take family members to UK. That is the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak first 2024 announcement. The Home Office said that it was fully committed to seeing a decisive court in migration. From today, the 1st of January 2024, if you're coming from overseas, in Nigeria, in other African countries, wherever, students, you will no longer be able to bring your family members to the United Kingdom, except if you're coming to do postgraduate research, or if you're being funded by the government scholarship, you will be exempted. The British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said on Monday that from today, majority of all the foreign university students, it does not matter whether you are a woman, whether you are single, it doesn't matter. From today, in the first day of the month of January 2024, which is also the one that was created in Nigeria in 1914, the fraudulent one, right? Any foreign universities cannot bring any family members to UK. That is now closed. Chapter closed. If your family happen to have arrived last year, you're lucky. Very, very lucky. In 2024, we are already delivering for the British people. Did you hear that? It's all about the British people. When we are saying it's all about the Biafra people that want Biafra, some of you say, no. Don't let them go. But you are not giving them what they want in Nigeria. It's not going to happen. When some of us say this Yoruba nation, some of you say, no. It has to be us first before anybody. So the Prime Minister is concerned about the British people before you, because as far as they're concerned, they care less about you. Even though, as I said earlier, we are providing high revenue in billions of pounds sterling for the British economy. The university in the UK is business center. Shout out to my beautiful mother. I guess she's probably still sleeping after a very dancing step we had yesterday. Mukibaba Muyiwa, Mukisheu Yusuf. The universities in UK is business center. Take that to the bank. You will understand later. So that is the new rules. The Home Office said that it was fully committed to seeing a decisive court in migration. I already explained the meaning of migration to you. From today, 1st of January 2021, Olayomi Koikimedia, on behalf of the British Home Office, that says I should tell you that you cannot bring your family to UK anymore with student visa new. Don't cut it and take it to another area. I don't know about the COS. It says speculated. I know with the COS, they're trying to increase, the skilled worker, I think about £36,000. I got to come back and tell you more if I have information on that. But this is for those of you that wants to apply for students. Whether you want to go and study medicine, whether you want to go and study geography, you will not bring your in July last year, Rishi Sunak government published changes to the immigration rules, which affect international students studying in the UK. As per the new rules, from January 2024, international students in UK will no longer be able to bring dependents on their student visas unless they are studying a postgraduate research program. Also, from the 17th of July, international students are no longer permitted to switch to work route visas unless they have completed their courses. So you will not be able to switch. I'm sure some of you understand if you're in that category. Last month, the UK Prime Minister said the immigration was too high, and that his government was taking radical action. And the reason why they are doing this now, election is coming in UK next year, January. And if Conservatives do not apply these right now, they're going to lose their government, and Labour will become coming in January. So that's the reason why they're also pushing all these narratives as well. So I pray that, as much as I want to use, I pray, no prayer can solve this now. It has been done and dusty. It's as simple as that. Let me leave it like that. I'll be back again some other time. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're new to the platform, follow us, subscribe, make sure that you have your notification bell on. And I hope that, like I said, many of you will eventually support our GoFundMe. What is the purpose of the GoFundMe? It says again, my name is Olani Koiki, known as Koikimedia. I am a freelance journalist, a father, and also an activist. I have decided to solicit for funds to continue my freelance journalism work, to enable us project and work better towards humanity and the freedom of the indigenous people of Yoruba that want their right to self-determination under the United Nations chapter. As a freelance journalist, we need to upgrade some of our equipment to enable our media organization, Koikimedia, to reach people from far and wide. For the last 3 years, I continue to work day and night, using the little resources we have and support of many of our listeners to sustain our media organization. We have not taken any advert for the last 3 years. That means less revenue, and we don't plan to take any advert yet. This money will help us to set up our digital newsroom. Koikimedia is also undergoing a transformative upgrade. This modernization includes a more intuitive interface, making it easier for our teams worldwide. We want more projects in our mission to uncover and report global issues. Your donation will go a long way. Thank you in anticipation. So, like I said, every one of you can do as little as $1 with 50,000 people. It will help us to do the transformation. Thank you so much, everyone. If I haven't mentioned your name, do not take it as a something. Mr. Diwali Saka, Angel Mine, thank you. Yawatiti Rachel. If you've lost anyone in 2023, I pray that 2024 your wound will be healed. Have a very good afternoon. So much on the MixLR, and that says yes. I trust nobody, and I can never trust anybody apart from my family. I'm sorry, that is just the way it is with the nature of the work we're doing. But that doesn't mean that if we cannot see or we see, we can always still talk over the phone or through the Zoom. It is just what it is. I'm very, very skeptical of meeting people. But for now, my name is Olami Koiki. Enjoy the rest of the day. Happy New Year once again to you all. We will never stop the campaign for Yoruba Nation. All hail Biafra, all hail Ambazonia, all hail the Scottish people, all hail every one of you. And like I said, thank you so much. Shout out. Babakito will be live later at 5 o'clock. I'll be putting the transmission on all our platforms when that comes up. Bye for now.
Are you done?
Almost, yes. Yes, almost.
Come in a minute, stop. 3 minutes. Get ready to play.